have gotten, I'd be like, dude, you're a gangster. You acting like you're from the ghetto. Like, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like,
Like you.
We'll chalk
yeah,
that
like
up to
me,
your
just like
Like
me.
like you act,
No, we don't
right?
know your likeness.
Like you act, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll go there.
Okay.
We can all agree the rooms get crackerish at times. No one cares. We just move on.
You know,
Bart, stop trying to get attention. Go on mute.
I'll say
We're
this real quick.
being
All right,
very dramatic
JB.
tonight.
JB.
I hear Jonathan coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll say this. I'm glad
John,
you
John,
felt.
John, where you been, Johnny? You sleeping or taking a nap or what? Jonathan?
Twice if you need us to send help.
No, there you go. There you
Did
go.
you? I'm about to say, did you go
No,
back to sleep that fast?
no, I
Jesus.
had to. You're right. Get the hell out. I had to switch devices. GC, I'm glad you said that because they're pulling up the tapes on you, GC, when you called the ghetto and the hoe, and they were pulling up the tapes over on CH about to play it for you. So I'm
Dude,
glad you said.
I called her. I said she needs a show called The Ghetto Ho 3 nights ago. In
And
the
you don't see a
tapes,
problem with that.
it's 7 o'clock at night. So I don't know why didn't anybody have a problem with it the other night? She's a gangster moderator. She'd be great for running a show.
Yeah, you say that all the time. You always said she'd be great for her own show. You say
She
that
needs
all the
her own
time.
show though. She needs her own show, and so that is what it is. If anybody takes offense to that, by the way, you guys, fuck you.
Greg, you're a weirdo. You're
Thank you.
I know that your
Shit,
insane
you just
speak.
now finding that out?
Your
Goddamn,
insane
Carlos.
speak.
How long have you known that, Carlos?
No, I mean I know that. So I'm just saying your insane speak and stuff is really your way of endearing yourself to people. But that's some weird shit, Greg.
Well, Michelle,
So
let me ask you a question.
Bart, shut the hell
If
up.
no, if I want to see if where the definition lies. If somebody was to call somebody else a white N word, would that maybe fall in line with something a ghetto hoe might say? Maybe.
Bro, that's not even similar.
Bart, go stay on mute, Bart.
No,
Stop
No, we need to
being
do like y'all. We
obnoxious.
need to hear
But
the
y'all know what
context.
though? We do have the conversation about going back and forth and like all of that. We can't act like one side is the only aggressor. Right. So how is I mean, do y'all want parameters? Like
Now,
how do we
chat,
make this
chat, chat.
better?
The moment you
Yes.
try to
Yes, we
put
do.
Ain't
those,
gonna be none chat.
the moment you
It's
try,
gonna
Okay.
devolve. It's
the
gonna
No,
moment
no,
you
devolve,
no.
try
chat.
to,
I'm not saying, literal parameters.
yeah,
I'm just
but,
saying like so
but
people can
Cindy,
if they've expressed what was offensive, right? Now, on the
yeah,
other side, like did y'all hear that? Okay. On the other side, what is offensive?
yeah, but chat. Those people need to go to Instagram. This isn't the place to be. Like
Yeah, this gonna devolve, chat.
dude, you can't.
In five
This is
seconds,
where
chat.
me and Mickey
I
and
was just
Michelle
trying
will
to
agree all night long.
I know, Mama. I
You,
know.
yeah,
you,
It's not gonna happen.
it's never
okay.
gonna happen.
The devolution is gonna take place, chat. Sorry, sis.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
this is what this
Come sit by
platform
me.
is.
Come sit by me
Yeah,
today.
girl, I grabbed my
Come
purse.
on, come on.
I grabbed my purse.
I was in
I'm
Houston for
coming.
just a day, chat. As I took a day
Girl,
trip. I know I dropped in and dropped out. I'm sorry. Next time I come, I'll come and say more days.
that's right.
girl.
Yep,
Okay.
because I.
Well, I
Yep.
was 8 years old when I got called a white N word. I've never been called that. It was
When'd you get called that?
what's her face, Schminky, and her tirade after she got mad at Grant for
Oh.
calling or saying whatever he said.
Well,
So
sounds
Bart,
like it's par for the
you didn't say
course.
nothing to
What
her,
did she
Bart.
call you?
No,
What did she
I was
call you?
coming at her pretty good. I mean, I was
Oh,
just
so
What?
okay,
Didn't
so
you
she
and Storm?
responded to
pointing out the
you,
fact she's missing her
Didn't you
big
and Storm
toe.
come in my room the other night
but
because
she
you guys were
responded to you.
called white racist or whatever you were being
Oh
called?
yeah, it's
Cindy, you don't mute because
I'm
I
collecting
ain't
you
my
going
don't
on mute.
you don't
racialism.
play both sides, Cindy. You only play one side when it comes to this shit.
I don't like any of this shit, to be
I
perfectly
know you
honest.
don't, but you only speak up when it comes to one side, Cindy. I
That's
need for you to
bullshit. I
start.
have defended
I
many
need
people
for
on
you to
here.
start speaking up when it's both sides, Cindy.
Cindy, what am I doing in here, Cindy?
I ask you that all the time, honey. It's no
Well,
better.
to be fair,
What am I doing in here?
Cindy has defended me before. She's defended Marty. Rachel, she's defended you before.
Ain't nobody in here defending more black men than I have.
That sound real nasty.
You
I
know, I'm
missed
gonna
the
tell you
chat
guys.
because somebody keep throwing me out of the room.
I'm just telling you this right here. The room was real. I don't know, man. It was a lit room. I left.
I
I
was
think it was
learning so much, JB.
yeah, but I'm just saying it's crazy. I heard the whites telling the other poor whites to sell their house and rent, and I was like, damn. They ruthless. The whites are ruthless to their own people. They're telling the poor whites to sell their house and
That's
rent.
hilarious. That's
I was like,
hilarious,
what the
dude.
fuck? I like, damn, the whites are ruthless to their own.
That's hilarious, bro.
I was like, what the hell? I came back, heard that, then I left, and I came back to some more shit. I was like, what the hell? They ruthless. They telling their own to sell their house and shit. And he was like, okay. But I'm gonna live with that. Go ahead, chat.
It
All
was a,
right.
it was actually for a change. It was a really educational room, and we were having a great debate about mortgages and debt and houses. And somebody just got super triggered over the conversation. I don't know what happened, but
No, it
anyway,
wasn't triggering. It was a debate. I mean, ain't that the room?
yeah. But until there's a blast that drops in, basically saying a person drops in when two people are having a debate about the money and the finances and the mortgage and etc., and a third person drops in suggesting that I'm trying to give misinformation to people violently. By the way,
Well, you know you do that all the time, Grant.
I
That's your
don't do. I
MO.
don't.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
all was just debating. That's all.
Misinformation, disinformation. I mean, to tell people not to own and to rent instead is wow.
yeah.
He has said that for 5 years
But,
on
but
here.
I
Come
know that
on.
he has been saying that, Sandy.
That's
Every
his
time he says it,
but
I tell him he's
but
wild
that's
for
his
saying it.
philosophy.
And
I
that's
debate him all the
fine,
time on
Sandy.
that.
And that's not anyone,
That's
that's not
not
other
my
people's.
philosophy. But I
Exactly,
But
Sandy.
okay. So all the
Rochelle, why are
years
you
that
upset
Grant and I
about that,
debated each other on
Rochelle?
that and argued and called each other names and what the fuck, guys? Come on.
Well,
Yeah,
Sandy,
Rochelle,
it's
Can
you
we
you
kick
Get
out
an
of
evolution.
whether we
Rochelle,
should
organist.
be renting or buying?
Rochelle,
Because that's actually conversations that
yeah,
everybody listening probably
yeah,
needs
but
to hear.
Rochelle,
Because
You come on, have a
Rochelle, you
seat over
shouldn't
here
be
too.
upset about that, Rochelle, because most of you are
because
listening.
Only if you're going to give me some
It's only the
popcorn.
poor whites that's
because
I
listening to
got you,
him.
boo.
It's only the poor whites that's listening to him, Rochelle. Why you upset?
and the poor whites, your uppity whites have been keeping you guys down and then using the guise of other things to divert your attention and stuff. Stop listening to them. Grant, so you're saying that home ownership is not good. It's not a way to have equity. It's not a way to have generational wealth. It's not a way to hand things down. But renting, not owning anything, giving
I hear
people
you,
your
Ben.
money, having an increase in rent incrementally every year when you redo a new lease, that's perfectly fine, and
yeah,
to die and not
you're
have
about
nothing.
45 minutes behind the debate, so you're a little late.
It's okay.
But
I'm
for
here
those of
now,
you who
baby.
want to do some more research on this, mortgage means a death pledge. The Muslim society, by the way, won't even allow this kind of debt because they don't want to be enslaved by the debt.
So there are no Muslims who own their homes. Is that what you're saying?
It's against a strict Muslim will not take on
So
debt.
Muslims in the United States do not own their homes. Is that what
I
you're
don't
saying?
know. I don't know, but you.
No, he's talking about interest. It's
They,
something totally different. They
I'm
don't want
sorry.
to pay interest and they pay a fee instead. It's something
Yeah,
totally
well,
different.
that's how they get a. But specifically mortgages, um, they do a different kind of way to get around it, but it's still a violation. It's a prohibition in that culture to actually do a straight up mortgage without calling it something else.
but they're still doing it. All right.
I'm just
Hmm.
saying. I'm just saying. If you go back to the old times, they were like, we don't want to be trapped like that. That is the concept of being trapped and enslaving.
Well, Grant, why don't you give us our 40 acres and our fucking mules so that way we don't have to worry about owing nobody anything? How about that, Grant?
But because if I gave it to
Where is
if
it
I
at?
gave you the 40 acres, you'd have to take care of them, and then you'd fucking blame me for giving you something you don't want to take care of.
No, nobody would blame you, Grant. It's. I mean,
Trust
you
me,
do know that
you
black folk
wouldn't
own
like
a
the
lot of
vacation.
land that has already been basically stolen from them to
Yeah,
begin with. But we're not gonna go there.
but
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 give
but
me my
then but
motherfucking 40 acres in my mule, Grant, and leave me alone.
I give you the
If I
mule,
lose it,
you're
I
going to
lose it.
complain about the mule.
Nope.
Then you're going
Give
to be
me my
like,
40
who?
acres in my mule,
Then
Grant.
you'd
I
want me to
want
clean
both
up
of
the.
them.
Then you want me
Nope.
to clean up
Nope.
the
I
shit
want you to
after the
go
mule.
away. I want you to go away. That's just give it to
Oh,
me and go.
yeah. Hey, dude,
That's it.
I think personally, I think you should have 40 acres and a mule.
Give me my shit, Grant.
I think you'd fucking be great
Talk
with
to
it.
talk to Trump. Talk to your homeboy.
Okay, I will.
Yeah,
What do
There's
you do with
plenty
the
of land in this country,
what do
by
you?
the way.
My question is, what do you do with the 40 acres when you get it, Michelle? Tell me.
whatever I want to do with it, Cindy.
But
She,
just give
If
me
I
she's
that
want to
gonna
deal.
create a
abandon it. She's
farm, I'll
gonna
create a
abandon it.
farm. No, Grant, I have property now that I'm not even there and it's not abandoned. What the fuck are we saying?
Would you develop the
So,
40 acres?
Cindy, everyone is not into development. What if I want to create a goddamn farm, Cindy, and
Oh,
just
okay,
grow
That's
shit
that's
called
fine.
development. You'd have to
just
develop
grow
it.
I like a
stuff?
farm. I like a
No,
farm. I think that's
no,
cool.
we're no in development in Cindy's mind is big ass buildings and houses and stuff.
Not necessarily.
That's her
So
mind. Yeah. What farms have you developed, Cindy?
I don't. What do I look like?
They
A
thank you.
closet. She's
Thank
got a
you.
fucking
Thank
closet.
you.
I'm a city girl.
She's
I'm
got a
old
closet.
school. I
Exactly. So
like
I
being
know
out
Hey,
of the
what you were
house.
talking
hey,
about when you asked
Michelle.
that question.
Her farm is a closet with a bunch of fucking Birkins in it.
That's trashy. Nobody cares about that, Grant. Sorry, Cindy.
I mean, I'm not
It's
a
nice
Birkin.
having nice purses. I have
I'm not
stuff.
a
I have
Birkin collector.
diamonds and all kind of stuff that I don't even
By the way,
fool with.
I don't think a Birkin's an investment either. By the way,
Well,
Well,
look,
you're crazy
That's
because that doesn't
aren't
bullshit. That's
they don't
bullshit.
go
it's
down
probably
the
better
same.
than a
Grant, I'm
house,
aren't
calling you
though.
out on that one. That's bullshit.
but aren't
It's
they
better
doing
than a house.
TikTok videos from China right now, showing you guys exactly where these people are making this stuff and how much it really costs to make versus how much they're selling it for in the U.S.
Man, goddamn, Michelle, you
Aren't
ain't
they
stopped
doing that
talking since you got in here. You
And
know
if you
that?
get one, I can
in
make 20.
revolt?
Go get one,
Aren't
and I'll
they?
make you go get one, and I promise you, I'll make you 15, 20 grand off one,
Y'all know
or maybe
Rochelle.
100,000, or maybe 1 million if you get the right one.
Y'all know Rochelle hadn't stopped talking since she got in here. Oh, wow. What happened?
You just love to
Grant,
prove you wrong.
either you moving me down, Grant, or somebody else keeps moving me out of the room. Punk asses. How about
Punk.
that?
Anybody that's
If I
moving you
move
out of
you,
this
I'm gonna
room is a
tell you.
punk ass bitch.
Say it again, Grant.
Anybody that's moving you out of the room is a punk ass bitch.
Thank you very much, including yourself, Grant.
If I threw you out of the room, I'd call myself a punk ass bitch.
Can somebody else get in here?
Yeah, share what's up.
So, Grant, in a nutshell, because I don't want to take up your time. So, when we were going over the example with Luis, right? It started out talking about a single family home, but then I realized he was talking about an up to four family unit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in like 30 or 40 seconds, could you tell us, if you don't mind telling us, what the numbers would be if it were just a single family, just a single family, where the loss would be if you had to use like four or five numbers? Can you do that?
Well, yeah, I can easily, and Sydney can help me. But number one, clearly, the entire room thought that he was talking about one house that you live in and trying
Correct.
to
I
make
did too. I was thrown off on that one. Then I
I
realized he's
and
do.
then
calling a single family 4 units, so it was
and then
really
after enough questions, then we realized, oh, this is an investment house. He's flipping and he's house hacking. This is not home ownership.
Right. Well, I got
So
that.
now,
Mhm.
if we take the same example that he did, and if you could get a 3.5% loan on a $750,000 mortgage, which you couldn't today, period. End of story. You cannot, not with the 7.5% interest rate. There's no way that house makes sense, okay? Because the payments are going to be $7,000 a month. You're going to spend $84,000 a year. You're going to spend in 10 years $840,000 in the first 10 years, and you still owe 750 on the house.
So that's an extra 150,000 the first 10 years, and then an extra.
No. So he said the average home was 750. That was the example we were using.
Yeah.
Just the payment, just the insurance, I'm sorry, yeah, just the insurance, the PMI, and the interest would be another. It's going to be another 750 times. It's going to be another $60,000, at least $70,000 a year.
So on
70,000 in 10 years, you will have paid $700,000 in fees, and you haven't paid the house down one penny. So you still owe 750 on the house. I mean, unless the house doubles in value in 10 years, could maybe, but you still haven't made money.
right, so you're paying double in the end, and then how much equity would someone have in
You
that?
wouldn't have any. You wouldn't have any equity in that
Right.
situation.
Okay,
If,
got it.
if the house didn't go up in value, if it went up, if the house doubled, then you'd basically be break even. Now he's going to say, yeah, but you didn't pay for your rent. Yeah, but you risked a 30-year mortgage because you still owe 20 years on this mortgage. And there's people that bought in 2008 that in 2014 were still underwater by 20 and 30%.
And in some states, more than that.
Tens of millions of people were foreclosed on in 2008, 9, and 10 and lost their home. But everybody forgets those conversations when they're talking about buying a house or selling you a house.
I
When it,
appreciate it.
yeah, and again, guys, I own two houses. I'm sitting here telling everybody the two homes I have are not good investments. Why did you buy them? Because I loved them, but it doesn't mean it's a good investment.
I appreciate that, Grant.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you're welcome. I mean, Cindy, is Cindy still in the room?
I am, and I have to correct you on that. You actually made two good investments, you know, and I know it. But
Yeah, they'll end up
and
being
I
good
made fun of
investments.
you, and I made fun of you 4 years ago on that one.
Yeah, but they'll be good investments later, but they're not really, they're not great, anyway. So, the Malibu house,
Grant, stop it, Grant. That shit went up like you made millions already on that property down in Golden Beach, bro.
maybe. Nobody's
Yeah,
giving
yeah,
me
you know,
no,
maybe that
He
nobody's,
property
doesn't.
went
He
up
doesn't make
considerably.
it until somebody writes a check. So
yeah,
let's get that
exactly.
straight, right? So
Exactly. You
you can
got,
say he's got money in the bank if he wants to sell it, but
yeah,
all of a sudden it can turn around too and start to slow
yeah.
down and not be
Cindy,
what it's worth.
Cindy, do you think the house in Malibu was a good deal?
Yeah, I do. Right now, I think it's a
I
great
do
deal.
too. I think you overpaid initially, but I think it was a great deal. I
No.
think you overpaid for Golden Beach, and it would turn out to be a great deal.
I
Yeah.
did too, because
Yeah.
I offered $4 million less than he did on the same house. So if you remember, I'm in the room one night saying, yeah, and then some idiot comes along and he goes, oh, really, Cindy? Well, I guess I'm the fucking idiot. Well, guess who was the idiot on that deal? Me. The only idiot on that deal was me.
Was the person that didn't buy it.
Exactly.
That was the only idiot on my house. But yeah, it'll work out. But these are extreme properties. These are freak properties. This is not what most of America is buying. Most of America is not going to buy a freak property that's going to have some 20 or 30 million dollar appreciation value. These homes should be taken out of the equation. The Malibu house, okay? I got a tax assessment today, Cindy,
How much?
for they were willing to reduce my tax assessment by $4 million.
What was the percentage that they brought down?
10 less 9%. I'm
Not
gonna
enough. Not enough.
I'm gonna sue LA County.
Not enough.
Oh, well, they should have taken it down 90%. The
Nine
house is
percent.
worth the
Nine
house
percent is a joke.
90%.
Oh,
I
they
said
gave you 90%
no,
depreciation?
no. I'm gonna fight them to take it down 90 because the
It's
house
not
is
livable.
worthless. It's worthless for the next 5 years.
I would rent out your closet. Like honestly, I've seen the Malibu house, and I could live in that closet for I don't know the next 10 years and never have to ask for anything.
What closet are you
It's
talking
huge,
about?
Michelle's closet, your wife's closet.
Oh yeah, you want to
Gorgeous.
live in that? You can go live in there.
Rent it
Not
out
right
like an
now. You don't want to
Airbnb.
live in there.
You're not gonna come out.
There are what they call unique properties, guys, that the valuations go up tremendous right there. But that's not what he's talking about. That's just Those are just
That's
certain
not
pocket areas
conversation
on
with
the
that.
ocean that
Exactly.
pull obnoxious amounts of money.
Yeah.
Okay? That's
That's
it.
not.
But
That's
that's not, that's
Hey,
1%
Grant.
of America. 1% of America.
Grant, did you say that somebody couldn't get a $750,000 mortgage with 3.5% down
no.
to 7%?
I said I don't think they're going to qualify for it with the interest rates at 7.5% right now.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think most people are going to get. It's going to be difficult right now to get that loan based on what I heard at Fannie
No,
and
no, it's
Freddie
not
Mac.
difficult. FHA, if you qualify, you qualify. You can get a $3 million money mortgage right now with no money out of your pocket, with a 6.5 or 6% interest rate.
That's a jumbo mortgage. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
$3
Three
million,
million,
not a
three
jumbo
million's a jump
mortgage?
up.
A three, you can get yeah, you can get $3 million mortgage, no money out of pocket, like 6% rate
No, I don't believe
right
that.
now. What?
You got to show me that.
Yeah, all day long, Grant. Six and a
Show
half
me that.
percent interest rate.
Who's underwriting $3 million? That's considered a jumbo loan
Nobody.
with no money down at 6%.
Nobody.
6.5%. Yeah, absolutely.
Nobody. Let me see that. You got to show me that tomorrow.
A VA, Grant.
Oh,
A
that's not
VA.
fair. That's not fair. Come on.
What do you mean that's not fair?
Because that's not every American that can do
No, but we
that.
don't. No, no. I said is FHA, and then I spoke to VA.
But how
So
can you get a VA loan for $3 million
you can get a VA more loan for $8 million, Grant,
to buy what?
to buy whatever you a house.
What's securing the house?
The
That's,
VA will secure it up to I think 750,
that's
maybe.
not true. That's not true, chat. That's not
Oh,
true, chat.
okay.
He just said eight
All right.
million dollars.
Yeah, don't do that, chat. Yeah, don't, yeah.
Oh,
There are
okay.
I
there are
want to
no
get a.
limits.
I
No,
need
no,
an
those
eight
are
million
okay
dollar
because
VA loan.
you guys are my wheelhouse now. You're in my wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
wow!
So
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 threatening.
I didn't
so
use my VA loan.
I find that offensive. I
so a
find that
V
offensive.
How
I
come
a
find
now
V
the
that
wheels are
offensive.
even getting
one,
houses,
one
bro?
I'm
second, one
triggered. I'm
second.
triggered. Barth, are you
Grant.
offended, Barth?
No.
What?
What I
Don't
was
Rodney
try
saying.
that.
created the wheel.
One second, Grant, because right now people need to know something. On a VA loan, there are no maximum loan amounts anymore. It's just about which bank will lend that money. Okay,
So
let
how
me
Oh,
much
give
that's
you.
income do I
awesome.
need? How much
Is it the
income do I
Now,
bank or
need?
you
one
have to
second.
show
Now,
tax returns that you can afford it
How
too?
much
yeah,
income do I
of
need
course.
to earn to afford be approved for a $3 million loan?
I've worked that out. But Grant, here's the thing, Grant, and it depends on how much debt you have as well. Okay,
Okay,
so
but
but hold on, wait 1 second, guys, because here's the deal. Now, yeah, so there's no limit on VA loans now. Okay, and you're not
That's
required to put anything
awesome.
down. You're not required to put anything down. No
Yeah, I
down
got
okay,
money
payment.
no
back at
money
closing.
down. No money down. Okay, Jonathan, my mortgage is going to be $217,000 a year. How much income do I need to get approved for $217,000 principal and interest? Uh, no
Grant,
PIs
I'm not
out in
gonna
there,
pull.
so it's probably
I'm not
two
gonna pull
thousand.
that information up right now. I'm not going to my
No, just
computer to
tell me.
pull
Is
that
it
up.
three times? Is it three times or four times?
That usually it used to be that yeah, but probably it's back to that with the rate with the rates now. Yeah,
So I have to
yeah.
make. I need to make at least $654,000 a year to
No,
get. Well, how much? Three times? Three times 217 is 650.
no, Grant. That's not how you do it. Well, let me just say this, guys. Listen to me.
Okay,
I want to
Jonathan.
educate.
No, Jonathan. I'm in your wheelhouse, so you got to be able to do it.
Yeah, man. I'm
The
not getting
wheels
up.
are falling
If
Yeah, I'm
off.
I,
not getting up.
bro, you
Because I'm
already
not gonna give
started
out
the
false
shit.
information. I'm not
You
gonna get up.
started the bullshit.
I'm
You
not gonna.
started
I'm not gonna punch in. No, I didn't start talking about payments right now.
bullshit, bro.
But
Bro,
I'm not gonna
principal and
punch that into the
interest. My
system right
principal
now.
and interest is $220,000 a year. How much money do I need to earn to pay $220,000 a year in
I don't know,
principal and interest?
60,000. I don't know, 65, 70,000,
What?
How much?
seventy
Jonathan, you know the
thousand,
math
What's the
equation.
price of a
Stop.
home? I can
about
do
70,
it.
You know the
Three
math
75,000,
million.
equation, Jonathan.
about 75,000. Yeah.
No, you
For
They're
a
gonna
can't.
let me. Wait,
275,000, it's not
No,
like
no, for a
80.
$210,000
Ten,
mortgage,
ten.
about seventy
Okay.
thousand dollars, $75,000.
Yeah.
so for me to pay, I'm paying $20,000 a month in principal and interest.
What are you talking about?
You said a $3 million
Uh,
loan. Just
no,
listen.
you said I thought you said about $200,000 house. What are you talking
No,
about, Grant?
No,
no, we're talking a $3 million loan. That's why
no, dude. You
he
said I
he
could
Okay,
get
was
a.
this. He was very
You
uh,
confusing.
said you
okay,
said I could get.
Grant. But once again,
No,
see,
Jonathan. Let me just ask you a question. $3 million loan is going to cost $220,000 a year in principal and interest without PMI.
How do you know that, Grant?
I did the math on it already.
Okay, Grant.
Let's
No, that's not.
pretend
That's
he's
not.
not.
It's
Let's
Now,
compounded
how
pretend
interest.
much?
it's
No,
not a
no,
VA loan.
Jonathan, just
Yeah,
answer
yeah,
this
yeah.
question. If my note's 220 a year, how much income do I need to make? Three times or four times?
Once again, Grant, I'm gonna hear. You know what? You're gonna make me go to my system because I'm not gonna give someone false information, Grant. That's just not what I do.
Okay, is it two
Okay, I do
times?
this for a living for real. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna just do
Okay.
that,
Well, I made a living
especially
doing
on a
this.
recorded podcast. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna guess at
Is it
this.
three
Why are we
times?
still recording?
Chat, is it three times?
Oh Jesus, that's not what I've calculated is seven. Well, 3.5.
3.5. So what's 3.5 times
Chad, I'm going
200?
to tell you now to stay out of this movie.
Yeah, right. So well, ChatGPT says 775,000 would have to be the gross, but that's just
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
exactly. So Jonathan, you're saying I can get a VA loan for 3 million with no money down as long as I make 750 grand a year.
That's not real, Grant.
Oh my God, you sound worse than Luis.
Yeah, yeah, no, I don't. Once again,
Yeah, I
guys,
mean, Luis is
listen to me,
sitting here
listen to me,
arguing with
guys.
me about
Listen to
fucking
me,
single
guys.
family
Look,
homes,
look.
and then
One thing
his
I'm not.
example's not even a
One
single
thing I'm
family
not
home.
gonna do, Grant, is let you provide that. Guys, listen to me. On a VA loan, you guys can get.
Three million
Okay,
dollar, no, a $3 million VA loan
yeah, you can get. You can get. Yeah, there's no limit on what you can do with a VA.
with
There used
no
to be a
money,
limit.
with no
There
money.
used to be a limit, folks. And I'm gonna tell you something else on a VA loan. You can refinance and take all the cash out. Okay, of your
How can
What?
I
home.
Well,
refinance?
What
I
cash
finance
well,
out?
wait a
100%.
minute. Well,
What
what
cash out?
my
Cash out.
tax what was my rate? 2.75. Why would I do that? Or should I do?
Well,
You
that's not
wouldn't.
what I'm. Once
You wouldn't.
again, we're not talking about what right now, guys. I'm giving information. You guys always want to argue something. You guys only listen
I'm
to the
not
information.
arguing. I'm
Yeah, what I'm saying is
asking.
I'm giving you real information. I'm not
I
saying
won't ask
that,
no money.
no, no, hold up. I'm not saying that this is something you can do right now in this environment. But if you were to do Earl loan, we call it Earl IRRL, it's an interest rate reduction refinance loan. Okay, you can take out 100% of your money in a cash out. Okay, that's the only loan
Yeah,
that will allow you to do it.
chat. You could go from 2 to 7% and take some money out.
That's not what I'm advising, folks, because
So hey, Jonathan,
this is guys.
how
This
many?
what we're in is a unique environment right now. All right, so here's the deal. Well, if you got your house in the last 2 years, year and a half, 2 years, okay, and the rates drop, and you want to, even if the rate, yeah, if the rate drops a little, it stays the same,
You
and you
wouldn't
need to
have
take,
any equity, by the
and
way,
you
in the
need to
last
have
2 years.
actually, equity has been going up, Grant, a
No, you
lot.
would not have any equity in the last 2 years.
Actually, you would have, Grant, and yes, you would have. In the Northeast, yes, you would have. I'm sorry, Grant. I'm sorry. I can't endorse your
Two
narrative right
words.
now.
2 words I don't use.
I know,
Northeast.
but I can't endorse your narrative.
Okay,
And
so
the information. Listen to me, folks.
let me
People,
look. I need to know this. Like who? I guess there could be a
many
better way.
people have done. Many, Grant. There are many people that are wealthy that served in the military.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm putting together right now. Yeah, there's probably some wealthy guy served in the military. He can get a VA loan with no money down. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't thinking about that.
So once again,
Yeah, my equity I
Well, what
built during
about people
COVID
that
though.
haven't served in the military? What's for the normal folks?
They're fucked.
so also, guys, you can get up to a five unit building with a VA loan.
Don't do that in Massachusetts. You trigger
You
the
can get up to a
affordable.
5 unit building with a
Yeah.
Don't
VA
do that in
loan.
You just
Now,
Massachusetts. You
so
trigger the
now,
JB, you have to
affordable.
stay in the primary residence for a year, and then after that,
no,
right?
you don't have to stay in it for a year.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you
No, you
do.
don't.
That's
No,
what
you
Yeah.
Anthony
don't.
Glenn
Got to
says.
move
No, you
in.
don't.
Got to move
No,
in
you
for
don't.
10 to
Guys,
12
stop.
I'm
months.
just telling you what Anthony
That's not
Glenn
true,
told
guys.
Shah.
That's not true, guys. That's not true. Okay, you guys are making some assumptions. Okay, you that
Isn't
has
this
to.
the, wait a minute, hold on. Doesn't Anthony Glenn play in this game?
Yes, he does.
He said to Shah when she bought the house, you have to stay in it for a year.
No, no, he did not say that. I know what Anthony
Yeah.
Glenn said because
I know
Anthony Glenn
Fannie and
says
Freddie, you have to stay in.
Anthony Glenn uses. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Well,
No, they
okay.
don't. See, you guys, when you buy it, that has to be your intentions. That doesn't when you say you
Oh, you're
that's
talking about loan fraud.
no, I'm not talking about loan fraud.
It is
Because guess
fun.
what? If I move in there, okay, and then I get a job somewhere else, 2 months later, I can leave and rent that place out. If I move in there and I get married, all of a sudden I fall in love three and then get married in 3 or 4 months or
But
5 months or
isn't that a
7 months.
gray?
One
Isn't that
second.
kind of a gray area?
No, it's
Very
not a
great.
gray area. It's not a gray area at all.
If you, but your
Jesus Christ.
intentions going in have to be that I'm living there.
Yes, but your intentions can change if something happens.
Yeah, this
Got a good
sounds like that shit
workaround.
Letitia did.
No, no, guys, listen to me, guys.
This is that
Don't
Letitia
listen to
fraud
me.
scam.
Do not let these people that have it talk you out of that's real. That's the language is because they know life happens.
I think every VA should take
Okay,
absolutely Juice.
look, guys. They understand that life happens. Okay, you can hell. You don't even have to move in there. If you were buying that place with the intent to move in there, and let's say someone your partner dies, and you're like, oh my god, I can't live. I don't want to live in there because we're doing that together. And you had you just purchased it, and then you like, I'm not moving in there. There's something we were doing together. I don't want to do it. They understand that. All right, so guys, I'm not saying fraud at all. That I would never advocate that.
Do you
But
have,
what?
hey, let me ask you a question. Do you have any sex advice?
Yeah,
Hell
do I have any
no.
sex
Yeah, you
advice?
do.
Yeah. Well, anyway, once again, guys. Yeah, yeah. Go try swinging. Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
no,
Go.
but sex with white women. Do you have any advice for sex?
So
Black
anyway,
men, black on white.
what I would say to you guys is this right here. The VA loan is probably the best loan out there. All right, if you
Yeah,
guys
yeah. The
have it.
problem is I ain't a VA, bro.
I understand that, but what I'm trying to do is because there's a lot of people that do have access to it.
No,
Yep,
Okay,
actually, in
I
this
do.
room, there's not a lot of
okay,
people.
and yeah,
Matt,
they
get a
are
veteran.
through their spouse and what everything else. And guys, let me just say this: and the 5 unit,
No,
and the
no.
reason
Hey,
that
you know how many
one
times a night you say, "Let me say this."
and one other thing, because I said a 5 unit and it went over everyone's head, because anything over a 4 unit is
I
considered
said
commercial.
that. I said that. Anything over 4 units up in the
No, you never
Northeast
said that.
because
And
guess
I
I
what?
was
didn't
waiting
want to.
for
I
someone.
didn't
Hold
want
I
to
was
tell
waiting
on.
for
you
someone
were
to
No
say
wrong.
that.
bullshit. Because
I
I
was waiting
said
for
it
someone to
She
triggers
say
the
did.
something.
affordable.
She did.
Anything over 4 units triggers the
Commercial.
affordable. So
You're
you would
commercial.
Okay,
not have, you would
okay.
want to buy a 5 family, okay?
Okay, okay, that's why you said that.
So
Okay,
I did
now let
say
me just
that,
say,
yes.
okay, good. So now, but I was waiting for someone to call me out on that, and I guess you didn't. I dn't hear it.
Cause you
Yeah, no,
said
but
But
I didn't want to make
3.
you
You
wrong
said
again
3. She said
because
4.
I
I
didn't
never
want to
said
make you
three. I
wrong.
never
Anything
said
over
any
four
units. I
units
never said
triggers
any.
affordable here. I can't speak
I
for
said you can
upstate.
buy up to a 5 unit is what I said.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't want to
Not
make you
in
wrong
Jersey,
again.
can't.
No, no, but I'm not wrong. But I'm not
I didn't
wrong.
want to make you wrong again on the five comment though,
No,
because
no, no.
people are already sensitive to.
No, no. But I'm not wrong on the 5 unit, and that's why I was waiting for someone to challenge me on it. Okay. Because here's on the VA. That's the beauty of the VA loan again. As long as
Oh, well,
one of
that's
those
all you
units.
keep talking about is the VA, the
Yeah,
VA.
One,
yeah.
one
What
There
else
are
you
second. One
other
got to
second.
talk
people that's
about,
called
bro?
civilians.
I'm about to land with this because once again people are listening. The reason you can do up to 5 units, as long as one of the units are considered a commercial unit, you can do up to a 5 unit.
So,
Okay.
Jonathan, how many people in this room do you think qualify for $220,000 a year mortgage that earn 750 grand?
Once again, Grant,
I mean,
it's not.
just in this
No,
room.
Grant, we're not talking about
Let's
that. We're talking about the
exclude
fact that you can buy. We're talking about the
let's
fact that the
exclude
VA
Dr.
has no
Catherine,
limit
who
and
charges.
is zero down payment.
Excuse me,
That's the only thing. That's the main
bro.
information.
Let's excuse. Not you can't include Dr. Catherine, who probably makes 750,000 a month from her concierge business, and worth every penny. By the way, how many people here you think qualify for that?
Grant, that's not my job. My job is to put the information out there, and for the people that can benefit from
Got,
it,
got,
just like you
got.
just put out your information. For the
Yeah,
people that can benefit, they benefit it. But that's
yeah,
it. I'm gonna move on.
yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
hey, and I just want to wish all the Canadians congratulations. China's going to own the rest of your country now.
That was a
Well done.
dumb move. And all my vendors in Toronto I spoke to today, they were like, oh my God, they were
Are
like,
they
what is going?
sick?
Sick. They're so sick, it's scary.
What
Yeah.
happened, Cindy?
You're in Canada, I guess they voted
The
by because they
Their
hated
version of
Trump.
Kamala got in.
Yeah, no, they're another Trudeau. Trudeau started it. This guy will finish it, and then they'll become the 51st.
Yeah.
No,
Giving
Yvonne,
Trump
shit for free.
Trump caused this, okay? Because they were going to elect a conservative government to Trump open his goddamn mouth.
Wait, Trump
That was
calls?
no
Get the
reason for the
fuck out
country
of
not to
here.
vote the other guy in. Come on, Jonathan.
Bro,
And
JP, come on, bro.
it's part of the master plan, dude. Hey, Marty, have you been in here all night?
For the most part, yeah.
Dude, it got crazy earlier.
Oh yeah. I caught a snippet of it. I ain't catch it all, but yeah, man, I heard you was going toe to toe, man.
Oh
Heard
my
you was
god.
going toe to toe in the ring, man.
Oh my
What
god.
was the final? What was the final score? Like, what was it? A draw? What we looking like?
I don't think it was a draw.
Not a draw.
as we say in Boston, forget about it.
Forget about it. Hey, who's smacking their lips that hard?
It's got to
Shit,
be
JB
Jonathan.
That's
cooking
That's got to be
something.
John.
Marty's in the room.
What they got to do with me? What I see
That
what
was
you
such
did
a
there.
great community.
I see what you did there, JB. We'll save those for you. Cindy, you was in the fight too, Cindy?
I was just running numbers. That's all I was. I wasn't paying attention to
Nah,
the
nah,
whole
Cindy went in the
conversation.
fight.
Oh, okay.
Cindy was on the sidelines this time.
No,
I
I was
came back. I didn't
running
know what the fuck was
numbers on
going
the
on.
deal. I was literally sitting here running numbers on the deal to what if you bought the four family and you
Nah,
lived in one and you rented out the three, he would have made about 40 something thousand a year off it. But then you
nah.
got to bring maintenance into it. I don't like that spread personally, but it's okay. Some people do. I don't tell you.
And how
That wouldn't.
bizarre is it he does a scenario that literally only 6% of the country uses and doesn't tell us for the first 10 minutes that it's
But
specialty
it doesn't
weed.
even matter because we didn't even run the numbers correctly because we
Ah.
ran them 3 years ago when interest rates were at 3.5. So if you even to do that today, you wouldn't even make 40,000. You would be negative.
And we did that off of numbers in Brooklyn, assuming you can get 4 units.
It
No,
doesn't
we'll
even
just say,
matter.
no,
If
but
you
I
had
like,
to do that today, your mortgage would be double than it was when if you financed it back, like
well,
he was
no,
saying, three and a
I
half
get
percent.
that.
But today, if he bought that deal today, he'd be underwater. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, I follow.
So it's when the math equation doesn't work, you don't do the deal. It's just like right now, it's cheaper for Grant to go out and buy a building than me to build the building. Follow me?
Hey, on that VA thing,
Oh,
could it
back
be
to
for a
VA.
business too? Like, say it's property that involves a business?
Are you going in the Army, Navy, Marines?
No, but
Nah,
my
I
No, it
think it's
doesn't
got to
matter.
hold
be.
on. Go ahead.
It's for residential housing.
Okay.
Jonathan could speak more. I'm sure the VA's got something for business loans too, but
I would think so.
No, they
Well, I
don't.
made. Go ahead.
No, they don't.
They
That's not the
don't.
VA job. The VA job isn't to help your business. It's to help you get
Mm-mm.
Well, that's not fair.
right.
I
It's
I
just
know.
think that's very unfair.
I know.
for
I'm gonna
residential
believe
purposes
me. I
only.
know.
Housing. It's for housing.
But that's unfair. You come
Any
home from war,
any
you
federal
spend
loan.
3 years somewhere, you come back, you got to get situated back in. Yeah, the VA should give small business loans. I'm sorry, I disagree
yeah,
with
but
that.
they know there's a high propensity for that business to fail.
So they just want the security, so they're being selfish too.
Yeah, 100%. It's federal money, so
And so I know, but where they care about their soldiers,
they're
right?
selling that book of debt. That's what I'm saying about these mortgages. If you look up the original term of a mortgage,
This is when we argue now.
they ain't
So
good,
you can
folks.
have the two white people fighting now.
They've been grabbing land from people for freaking hundreds of years with debt calls. Mortgages do. Call it whatever you want. Banks grabbing stuff
But
back
Grant,
after they
remember
give
this
you
too.
money.
If you make, I think,
Cindy,
two
when
extra
do banks give you money, Cindy?
when you don't need it.
Exactly.
No, people
When you
don't
need it, they're
understand
not
that.
there.
People
What's
Ex-
that?
people don't understand that. I tell people that all the time. If you need money, you got to borrow it when you don't need it. Get a credit line, a line of credit when you don't need it, because when you do need it, they're not going to give it to you.
They will not give
That's
it to
the
you.
oldest
And
saying
by
in
the
the
way,
book.
when they
As
give it to
much
you,
as a banker is never your friend, you can go golfing
yeah,
4 days a week, go drinking, blah, 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 go hang out. The minute you turn and you're going down, the banker is gone.
gone, bro.
You
Like
ain't
you guys,
friends anymore.
you guys don't even know. They will turn so cold on you so fast. I had Cindy. I have $104 million mortgage due on a property, and they came back and said, "Hey, we're willing to extend it for another 2 years." They want me to pay it down 2.9 million, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Doesn't
"What?"
that sound like the 08, 9, 10 market right there?
Well, I said, "Wait a minute. Now you'll give me 104, but you won't give me no. You'll give me 101.9, but not 104." And they're like, "Yeah, well, we just blah blah blah." I said, "How about I just pay the whole thing off? Fuck you guys." Okay. And they're like, "Over $2 million?" I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay the whole thing off over $2 million because I'm insulted."
Do you know
And
how many people did not have to lose their homes in 08, 9, 10, 11 if the bankers just did things correctly? But no, you couldn't refinance your
grab,
house
it's
at a
a
lower
grab.
interest
That's what
rate.
that's
And
Cindy.
the
That's
only way you could was you had to come up with a difference from where your property was
yeah,
then to what it was in 9, 10, 11. So these
Cindy.
people were stuck in high mortgages. They couldn't get the lower rate unless they're willing to find another 100,000 to write it down, or 50 or 350 or 250.
Cindy,
Because
that
the
was a
appraisal
land grab.
values all changed.
That was a land grab, Cindy. Blackstone bought 10,000 condos in Miami during that same period of time.
Look at Perez. Look what he did in Florida.
Hey Jonathan, for that VA situation, can it be part of a?
Julian, I can't hear you.
Can you
I'm
guys hear
echoing.
me? Can you hear me now? Damn.
Yeah, but you got to talk.
We hear you, Julian. You're just low.
I'm talking into the. Okay, look. Can that
Very
VA?
low.
All right,
Take
hold
the
on.
Bluetooth out, please.
I don't have it on, but hush. I'm gonna come out and come back in. Hold on.
Chat, you getting folks set up with a VA loan in here? Damn,
Can you guys
somebody
hear me
echoing
now?
bad.
Can you hear me now? Damn, it's still
Yes.
low again. Okay, real quick. Can that VA situation pertain deal with mixed use, like as far as like condos or anything like that, or make like workforce housing or student housing?
Heard you right. That would be a no.
Okay.
No, it should. As long as you're living in it, it should. There's an echo.
Who wants to live with a bunch of college kids?
The VA loan allows you to get up to a 5 unit property as long as one of them is a mix, as long as it's a commercial space as one of the units. You live in one and you rent out the other three. That's the maximum allowable for a VA loan. And
Could
to
it be
correct the
What
statement, go
what you
ahead.
say was the maximum allowable VA loan?
Four residential, one commercial,
Oh yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. Okay.
5 unit. Yeah. And then to correct the record of what Grant said earlier, that FHA won't extend a 3.5% loan for a $750,000 property at a 7% interest rate. That's happening all across the country. And you said that doesn't happen at all, especially not today. You are absolutely incorrect on that.
So VA is still giving 3.5%?
VA is zero down. VA
Yeah, but
allows
what's
up
the
to,
interest rate?
I think it's even better than the standard par rate for regular buyers. If I'm not mistaken, because it allows them to purchase to buy down the loan. But I'm talking about FHA. He specifically mentioned FHA. There's no FHA 3.5% down at a 7% interest rate with 3.5% down, and he's wrong.
All right, cool. I'm glad we got that cleared up.
I don't know if we, again, what is the interest rate, Lewis?
The interest rate fluctuates. It can be. It depends on your credit score, but it can be as low as five point
Well,
seven five to.
let's say you're running an 800 score.
If you're running an 800 score for FHA, Jonathan, mistake. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's between 6.5 to 6.75 right now.
Right. So that deal, if you wrote that deal right now, the deal we talked about earlier, right? You'd be
Yeah,
underwater, correct?
It'd be a $1,500 more interest mortgage payment than it is currently. So no, it
From
wouldn't be
three and a
underwater, but
half
the
to
numbers
six
would
and a
be
half?
better.
It
I
would
didn't
go
say
up
three and a
double.
half. I said mine was 4.5. So it's a
Oh, I
two
thought you
point
said three and
difference.
a half.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
2 point difference.
No
Okay.
math
Well,
after
now take
nine.
that off your, now take that off your 47,000.
Yeah, it's saying 30-year 5.75,
Okay,
15-year 5.625.
First off, you're gonna write any mortgages right now, you do an and you wait for the rates to fall.
that's tricky, but
Explain
I
that
would not.
for us
What
non real estate
Because you
people.
know interest rates are
No,
gonna
no,
have to come
the
down.
arm thing.
we
Can you
don't we
explain that?
don't know that, Cynthia.
Yes, you do. Lewis. Interest rates can't keep going the way they're going. Come on, they can't.
interest rates
It's you
interest
can't,
rates
Lewis.
right
I'll tell you
now.
why. We can't carry the debt. We can't afford in this country to pay $3 billion a day. The interest rates have to come down, buddy. It has to. Not because they care about us, because they can't service the debt at that rate.
Jonathan, do you agree with this? Listen, I want it. Listen, I hope it does. But telling people that it will is bad work.
Okay. Okay. You'll see.
Wait, I want to understand this, Luis. You think the interest
What
rates are going to
what did I
go?
miss, Luis? I'm sorry about that.
She said that people should, when buying a property, they should get an arm instead of a fixed rate. Because she said
Right
the
now,
interest
I
rates are
would.
going to come down.
They are. They have
Do
to. I'm
you,
going to say it again. We can't service the debt of this country at $3 billion a day. So I don't know what part of that you're not understanding, but we can't.
So
So
let
it's
me just say
not that
this. So let me just
it's.
say this right here.
Go ahead.
For residential properties,
Oh, we're back to that.
they're not even pushing arms that much. Arms the difference between an arm and a
Sure, they are. MIT, MIT Bank is absolutely pushing arms right now.
yeah, but
Absolutely pushing.
the difference between an arm and a
It's
fixed rate right
1%.
now, no, not that much.
Yes, it was.
There was probably back in there. That's what I'm saying, Cindy. The banks aren't pushing arms like they did me back then. I remember.
Actually, I get a new rate every week to my phone from them. So I got to look.
So is the argument are interest rates going to go down essentially, or you think they're going to go up? Being
Interest rates. If interest rates go down, Cindy, let me ask you, Cindy. Cindy, do you think interest rates are going to go down to the threes?
No.
or
But if we can
two?
get back to five and a quarter,
Okay,
4.95,
Cindy,
yes.
what
Back.
if our interest rates are in the threes? What does that mean, Cindy?
We're in another, I don't know what, a very big shit show.
Okay, you guys heard earlier today when Grant said that shit, and I said the exact same thing that Cindy said.
Yeah, that was crazy to hear earlier.
Okay, but there are a lot of people that believed it. I was like, all right. He like,
Wait,
we
can
need to
you
get back
say
to
it
the
again?
threes.
What did
If the
he
Right?
rates
say?
go back down to 3.5%, there's a massive problem going on in our country again.
I told that's the same thing I said, Cindy. That's the same exact
But
thing I
what
said.
do I know? I'm just some dumb fucking broad.
Wasn't he saying in his lifetime?
No,
I don't think
he
he's
didn't
saying
say in
right
his
now.
lifetime.
We are not
Uh,
going to see 3.5. I highly doubt it. Well, in my
he said,
lifetime,
yeah. He said
or
that.
Jonathan's lifetime, or many
Yeah,
people in this room.
he said Trump is trying to get the race back down to threes, and he will.
Okay, I didn't hear that. No, I don't think that'll happen ever.
Oh, now Grant's gone. You got yo. Put a one in the chat if these people are
I didn't even
fronting.
know Grant
I
was
Yo,
going,
never,
number
I
put a
one.
didn't
one in
hear
the
any.
chat if these people
Well,
are
I
fucking fake as
heard
if they're fake as hell. Put a one in the chat if
three
they're
and a
fake
half
as hell.
percent in my lifetime. I didn't
No,
agree
no,
with it.
no, no, no,
Excuse
no, no,
me,
no, no.
I think it's
Grant
going to
was in
go
Jonathan.
here
four
saying
Check,
that
percent.
one,
Jonathan. Check your
huh?
text, please. Please check your text. Thank you. And one in the chat.
Oh,
I
No,
okay.
no, Jonathan, but you know that interest rates can't keep going up. They got to come the other way. They have to.
Yeah, I think that's so. Let
Not
me get this.
because not because anybody cares about us end users buying homes, be benefit by that. But it's not because for us. It's because they can't service the debt at 3 billion a day. So I don't care what anybody says in this room right now.
Pino, what's going on? You snoring? I don't have the ability to mute people, but
And if interest rates keep going up, people are not going to buy.
I don't
So
see them going up anymore.
Oh boy.
Do you,
Yo,
Bing? Do you see the interest rates
that's
going up?
crazy as hell, Scott.
Well, hold
You
on.
no,
were
they could still go up some.
everything that Grant said.
I I don't. I fucking I don't
But
listen to
Jonathan,
what Grant says.
Grant,
I
look
don't
at
think interest rates
Grant
are
and
going
I
to
have
go up.
debate. Grant, Ray, and I debated this in this room, literally, or one of the rooms. That he said interest was going down to nothing. Remember that night? And
Yes,
Ray and I were like, "Come on, Grant, cut the shit. That's not true. It's not going down to nothing. It's not going down to twos. It's not going to threes. For that to happen, we'd have to be in another crisis like you cannot believe."
that's exactly what I said, Cindy.
And I've been saying it's going to 4.2 to 4.7.
Okay,
Period.
Mm,
off what? And let me ask you a question.
Go
Were
ahead.
you just pulling that number out of your ass? Do you have anything
yeah,
to back that number up?
Just actually some conversations with Ray and some
Yeah,
other people.
no, Ray's never gonna say that.
He
Ray will
no, he
never
didn't
say
say.
that. Ray
five
will
and a
say to
half,
you,
somewhere around
if it
there.
gets somewhere in the low fives, 5.25, 5.35, 5.25, 5.15, game back on.
Yep,
And I'm not
yep.
talking overnight. I think when we get to a stable where it's like shit's fixed, we're back to normal. It feels like the
Yeah, well,
mid '90s again.
that is not true either. They can
Well,
start to drop them pretty fast as much as they go up. So they can come down pretty fast too. But
that's
they're
what I'm
not going
saying.
back. They're not going back to whoever wrote their mortgages in the threes and the fours. Kiss the ground you're walking on right now because you did good. You did really good.
Positive. 365 days from now, I want to know what the mortgage rates are and remind everybody that I said
What is
four
he?
seven.
Does he have like a one of those things called? I forget the name of it. Does he have a crystal ball?
No, he's going to tell Siri, remind me 365 days from now to tell Bart that he was right and Bing was wrong.
And I'm going to say it again. In 2022 and 23, I told you guys 24 was going to be a shit show, was going to start the shit show. 25 was going to be a bigger shit show. And first quarter into 26, then we'll start to bail out. And I'm sticking by that because I was right about 24. I've been right about 25, and I'll be right about first quarter of 26.
And a lot of my opinion has to do with shit I've heard you
And
say
when's the midterms, by the way?
2 years from now.
Okay, he better fucking move real fast getting those rates down. Or we're going blue.
Well, things are going
Just off the
just
rate,
as he
Cindy.
wants. And that's what
What's
nobody
that?
understands.
You said he better get those freaking rates down or we're going blue. You think just off the rates? You think if the rates do not come
Yes,
down by
yes,
midterm, you think we go
yes,
blue?
yes, yes. Everybody will forget the pain real fast. Okay, it's like being pregnant, right? You have a baby and it's really painful, but you do it again and again, right? You forget the pain. You'll all forget the pain of this. If he gets those rates down, yes, you'll forget the pain of all this craziness.
No, what I was asking, no, I got you there. What I'm asking is, you said if he doesn't, we're going blue.
If he doesn't pull a rabbit out of his ass, we're going blue. Absolutely, I'm calling that
In
for sure.
regards to the rates, simply, or just everything as a whole?
If he had been smart, I would have played this game differently. And I said this to Ray when he got elected. The first thing he needs to do is lower taxes. I don't want to hear about tariffs until after the midterms. What he do? He did he went for the tariffs. I disagree. I think you should have gave the American people a tax break, and then from there go do what you want to do. But don't do it before the midterms. You don't have enough time. But whatever, you can't tell somebody what to do. I'm not running the country. If I was running the country, that would have been my game plan. Solve the horrible migrates that are in our country, lower taxes, do whatever other the little crazy little stunts you want to pull, But as long as you got rates down, or I'm sorry, as long as you saved money, people money on their taxes, he would have looked like a hero. But he didn't do it that way. So what do you want me to tell you? People believe he's done it the right way. Again, we can all agree to disagree. There are people that defend what he's done. There are people that aren't defending what he's done. I don't know. He can start walking things backwards. Who knows? You don't know with this dude. That's the problem. He's not predictable.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Debate the News. You're joining us here on Chatter, but you may be listening to us at home on one of the many platforms we broadcast the podcast from. But you're missing out if you're not here, because here you get to see people's faces and see what liberals crying really looks like in person. I highly recommend it. So join us on Debate the News on Chatter. Back to
Don't
you,
spit,
Bing.
don't spit in the water. You may have to drink, Beth.
What does that mean? I will never drink liberal tears. They're salty.
I'm just saying, you never know. So never spit in the water. You may have to drink. Don't be
What?
so confident
Don't be so confident about what?
that
Liberals
we can.
complaining
Yeah,
about
well,
stuff?
no, the liberals could win on this.
Win on what? Be clear. What am I
Okay,
confident at that I could
you
potentially?
think you think at this point we could hold the Republican Party where it is? You think if you were voting today, what do you think the outcome might have been?
Oh,
Like
today,
today.
not today. It would be one of those hard to tell, but probably not good for Trump. But in 2 years, this shit doesn't happen overnight. It's like,
Scott, you said something totally
huh?
different today when fucking Grant was in here. To that same
Hold
question.
on, hold on.
Yo, what the hell?
Wait, what did? No, I want
Yeah,
you to
you guys
explain. What
remember
did
when
I
Grant
say?
asked that same
What did
question
I?
earlier?
What's the question, and what did I say earlier?
Ah,
What
See,
made you interrupt from what I was
Jonathan, the
saying?
difference is
You don't
the
know where
way
I'm going.
Jonathan, the way I debate you privately is the same exact way I debate Grant
This is the
privately.
same way I give a fuck
Okay?
what Grant thinks.
So
Really?
no.
I
Grant said the same thing,
John,
Well,
guys.
guess what? Maybe I agree
Jonathan,
with him.
do I debate you constantly?
Yeah, that's you're right. You know you do,
Okay, I
Cindy.
do the
Oh, by
same
the way,
thing with him
Cindy,
too.
I got caught up on Godfather of Harlem because of you. I watched two and a half
How
seasons.
great is that series?
Good. You keep telling me about it. Keep telling me, and I was like, all right. So I watched two and a half seasons to get caught up.
It's amazing. It's just
You
such a
interrupted
good.
me to let everybody know you're finally caught up on pop culture.
No, I interrupted you because you Grant
What did I
asked the
say
same question.
different?
You
What did?
said that no
Okay.
one could beat him right now. TC said no one could beat him right now. Andrew said no one could beat him right now.
No one ever asked me that question.
All right.
If Trump was to have an election today, he would win. That's what I was asked. Because that's what Cindy just asked me.
That's exactly the question that was asked. That's
I was
exactly the question
Yeah,
that
I
was
that
said
was the
I
asked.
would
question
like
on the
to hear a
table earlier.
recording of me saying that.
Oh my,
'Cause I didn't speak on
Marty
this
I
just
don't think
app
you.
asked
I
for.
him.
don't think Scott.
Marty was there too.
I don't think
I
during
wasn't.
that. I don't think.
I didn't even talk on here. I was on the camera making fun of
Yeah,
people.
no. During that time, I don't think you were in the room, or
Yeah,
if
he
you were in the
was.
room,
He
you
was
weren't. No, I don't think
Hey,
he was active because he
do
wasn't
you want to
speaking during
lose
that
more
time.
money? By the way, my name's Scotty Sources.
Marty, what did you say, Marty?
No, I say I was one of the people asking you. I was one of the people throwing names out because I was one of the people that said no. If Kamala ran against Grant,
Nah,
Grant.
we said
If
you said
Kamala,
no one. You
no,
said
yeah,
Phantom.
I said who?
You
Yeah,
said a
I
Oh, I
Phantom. You
absolutely
said
definitely
said there
wasn't here
is
for
nobody
this.
right now. Yes, please. I will stand on that. I mean, I
No, no,
didn't.
no, no. The question is this:
I wasn't
if
running
we
from
knew
that.
what you knew today, right? Would you have gone the other way? And I think a lot of people might have gone the other way now.
Can I explain what I
that's why I
would
love Cindy
say?
because
Nah,
Cindy keeps it real.
Well, I
Cindy,
do
would you have
too,
gone the other way,
Bing.
Cindy?
Fuck. Can I answer the question I was asked finally?
Go ahead. But I want
If
to know if
yes,
Cindy
if
would
the
go the other
question
way.
is if the election, if they did a redo on the election today, Trump probably would not do as well or win. Now,
So what you're saying, he
come
might
on,
not win the
Stumpo.
popular vote. Hold on,
Come
don't make
on.
yourself clear. Are you saying he might not win the popular vote? What? He might win
Whatever it
electoral
takes to
vote?
become president. I mean,
Okay.
what electoral? Who gives a fuck
Okay.
about
All
Alaska?
right.
Can I finish now?
Go
But
ahead.
come 2 years or 4 years from now, here's the way I look at it. It's just like back when I was fucking up my life drinking. I didn't get there overnight, and I'm not going to get out of it overnight. That's why 6.5 years later, I'm still fucking taking care of shit. This country did not get where it is, but he's taking the steps and going through the shit that's the hardest, fixing stuff that is.
But
Calm
and I
the
and I
fuck
and I and I
down.
would give you that, but it was just too aggressive, honey. Really,
Huh?
respectfully,
What do you
it's
mean?
too aggressive. We don't have to tear off the whole entire world. There was things that we could have
You ripped
done.
the band-aid off.
Yeah, you could say
You've
that.
fallen victim to
Look
the
at, I say all the
pussification of
time,
America.
bring the economy down to its knees and bring it back into a V, right? I'd
Listen,
love to see that.
everything he's doing is for negotiations on
I
so many
listen,
levels that it's just
and I hope you're right,
I
right? Like I don't
am.
have a crystal ball. I try to see things through the lenses on both sides.
Listen, I see crazy, right?
But you
I
have to see that the economy's been slowing down long before he got
it was
in.
coming either way. So
I
fucking get it
said,
over with and make it,
Jonathan, have I said that didn't matter who was going to be president?
yes.
Okay.
And I listen to you. And I
But
like
again, we fast forwarded. Now, maybe we could have dragged on another year going the way we were going, but we just fast forwarded. Now, if we're going to fast forward it and we're going to go to a V shape or U shape, I'm happier there than spreading out over 4 years again and having another 08, 9, 10, 11, 12.
that's what
Because
he's
12,
preventing.
I don't know what he's preventing. I don't
That's
have no
what he
idea.
is. Watch all this fucking tariff shit. It's gone in the next couple weeks when fucking India steps up and is the winner of
It,
everything.
I know, but you know what? I'm not even really worried about that part. I'm worried about other things, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm
Oh,
too
that's what
tired.
the conversation, like everything's about, is Trump's
Yeah, but I'm
killing
not.
us with the tariffs.
Yeah, he's going to walk most
Do
of
you
That's
that
know how
one of
back.
much
those
money
things.
He's going
he's
to walk
bringing
most
in?
of that back. He's going to sit down with each country. They're going to come up with a deal, and we're wasting our time talking about it, but we can talk about it. That's not what I'm worried about. But again, what I'm
No,
worried
give me
about
one
is
of those
very
things
different
that
than
you
the
are
average
worried about.
American.
Give me one of those things that you are worried about that you
Uh,
haven't talked about. You don't have to go in depth. I know you say you're tired. Just give me one of them.
look, I don't like what the stock market's doing. It's a roller coaster ride, and real estate has 1,000% slowed down in many states. And when you see a state like Massachusetts slowing down, where we have the biggest relocators, some of the what? How many kids come to school here? Right? Parents, rich kids come here. Parents buy their kids are. I'm telling you, it has slowed down here. It started to slow down when the interest rates started to climb up. Period. Now, you all know what's going on in your states. I don't follow your states. Florida, they build so many condos, and the condo market is slowing down, even in Florida. So, even though many people are relocating to Florida from all over, it's still the condo markets is hurting right now in Florida. So, I don't know. I don't see good things for what I do, and for Ray. I guess that's going to have to play out too.
They're headed south.
And
I did
so,
a
my bad. One last thing. So what you say is, if you
Marty,
were,
I looked in Brookline, I looked in Newton, right? The only one that even has a building permits in there right now is me. Now, granted, I'll give it to you. We build the most product in Brookline for sure. But then I stepped over to Newton and I looked there, right? So in the last 90 days, the only one that's pulled any permits has been me in the last 90 days. Now there's permits pulled for new kitchens, a new roof, bathrooms, that type of bullshit. But that doesn't support all the people up at, in the building department, let's call it what it is. Newton, same thing. Not one new building permit. We can look it up. New dwelling in the last 40 days. I've never seen that, guys. So then I jumped over to the next town and looked at their numbers. So yes, that's a massive slowdown. That's not a slowdown. That's we put the brakes on.
so what you're saying is, as of today. So just to go back to your original question, as
We
of
are the
today,
only
where
ones
you
right
stand.
now.
Hold on. No, 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 no. Where you stand today is, if there was a vote today, you would vote the other way.
No, I probably wouldn't vote the other way, but we're also sitting in different situations, right? I've already spent 37 years out there, so
Of course, of
if
course.
I gotta just kind of cool it for 2 years and see where it goes, I can do that too, right? Or we can build less and see how that plays out. So I can move, a chess table pretty fast. But for the normal guys out here doing what I do that are not as skilled and don't understand economics, they're all going down. They're gonna tank. They're starting to tank now. And as much as, some of those guys I really can't stomach, I don't want them to tank because it's just going to be a domino effect. But I'm
But
just
couldn't
telling
you
you.
argue that couldn't you argue that the Republicans are more popular than ever?
I don't know about that, buddy. I mean, I'm on Twitter. I'm watching everything. I'm trying to see both sides, and I always try to look at both sides of the coin. If you only look at one side and you're not objective on both sides, then I seriously think there's something wrong with your brain. I'll say to Ray, get Fox off. I want to watch CNN. I want to. Then I go back. I wait till he goes to bed. Then I flick back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then you got to sit here and kind of know who's, as you guys call it, booty clapping, for each other's team. But look, I'll give you this: Fox ratings are definitely higher than the rest. But I don't know. I don't know this time.
I mean, the
But
disapproval
was it
rating with
was Mike?
Democrats
Was
is
it time for real estate to slow down? Was it time for the stock market to adjust? Yes, 1,000%. Yes, it was time.
I'll give you that.
The
So
stock
Cindy, let
market
me
was
ask you
too
this.
high, and to buy homes and real estate and to build outs and everything that
It's
goes
wild.
with
Yeah.
was too is too expensive, right? So you
I
had to
want to ask
slow
you
down
this.
the demand.
Do you believe that Trump is doing all this tariff thing? And what's up, everybody? Do you believe that Trump is doing this tariff thing to kind of force Jerome Powell's hand to get these interest rates? And it's kind of been,
I think he was, and I think he is. That's my personal opinion.
yeah, like
But
why was he lowering interest rates to help Biden right before the election and then all of a sudden just stop? By all the metrics, the interest rates should be lowered. If you look at all the metrics, they should be lowered. Jerome Powell was late to raise them, and he was late. Now he's being late to lower them, and it's weird. And I think that's what Trump's doing. Everyone's talking about this tariffs, but behind the scenes, Trump's not going to write a deal because he knows Jerome Powell needs to force this stuff. Like he needs to lower these interest
But
rates.
Mike,
He's
there's a
not doing it.
saying. There's a saying. When they want you to look to the right, is because they don't want you to look to the left.
Always.
Okay, thank you. So that's what I'm saying. Like you just can't see a
Right. We shouldn't be
picture.
focused on the tariffs. In
You
reality,
better
it's
focus
other
on
stuff.
everything right now and try to put this puzzle together.
I
And
think
this is
Trump's
not an
trying to
easy
strong arm the
puzzle.
Fed. I think he's trying to strong arm the Fed. I really do.
And I think he's trying to crash the economy to bring interest rates down. That's what I think personally. Because
No.
again, I'm going to say it for the 50,000th time. We can't service the debt at $3 billion a day. I mean, I don't know what you guys are missing. Do you
I
know what
agree with
$3 billion a day is? I can't wrap
that. A
my arms around three
whole lot of
billion
money.
dollars a day.
Yeah, it's about 2.999 billion. Well, never mind.
It's too many. It's too many zeros for me. How's that?
It's a lot.
So, again, be this aggressive so fast. Listen, like Jonathan said earlier, everything he said he was going to do, he's fucking doing. So this shouldn't be any shocker. I just don't think that we maybe all comprehended, you know, what that really meant. But it is what it is. Now we can take the whole 94 people that are in this room and we can walk up and march up to the White House and say, Donald, get your head out of your ass. What's the plan here? We need to know the plan. But that's not going to happen. So we're just 94 people in a room.
I think the plan's falling in place. Everybody just needs to chill. Apple moved to India.
The
China's clearly
problem
scared
is,
because they're getting rid
but
of all
Mike,
their tariffs.
the problem is most people cannot handle uncertainty, period. They don't like it. They don't like the feeling of it. Most people
Well,
don't like change, never mind
I am
uncertainty.
certain everything's going to be okay.
Okay, well, then you put your stamp on it. And I'll go, okay, when we down the road, I'll go like this. Mike, you were right. I can't say that right now. I got to watch the little, I can't watch a play for 100 days. I've got to see a little bit more here. I got to
Right.
watch this. I got to see if he starts walking back things. There's so much craziness going on in the whole entire world that, come on, you got to stop and and just take a
But
breather and look around.
in the meantime, we should support him. No.
Again, I'll always support my president, but that's the way I grew up. It's called respect. Whether I like him or
Thank you.
not, it's called respect. And if that's my Biden was my president, Clinton was my president, Bush was my president, Trump's my president. I'm
Right.
not going
I
to
didn't
shit
like
on
Biden.
anybody.
I sure as shit didn't want Biden. I was like, yo, Biden, what's up? Like, I didn't want him to do a bad job. I was rooting for him.
Look, because you're rooting for your country.
Right. So it's weird
There's
when
a
I hear
difference, Mike.
not
I'm rooting for my country
Y'all
too.
talk all kind of shit about Biden. Stop it, Cindy.
What? No, Michelle, what I said about
Y'all
Biden was
talk all kind
he
of
had
about
Alzheimer's for sure. And you know what, Michelle, the way that night went down and you turned on all the
Biden.
news
It's more
stations,
night.
your news stations turned on him too fast. That's what made me nervous. If you don't think there was a play behind that
More
one,
one night
you're not looking at the Wizard. The Wizard of Oz is behind the red curtain. I'm sorry. They
is more
turned on him too fast, Rochelle. Please just look around you. They would have saved his ass up there. They didn't. That's the kicker. Just think about that. Why did the news flip on Biden as
drag
fast as they
Biden.
did?
I'll drag him before that debate, Cindy. What are you saying? That wasn't the only time y'all talked shit about Biden. Come on now, stop it.
no,
Because we
yeah, I
all
didn't
knew
like him, but
it.
I still root
Michelle,
for
we
him.
all knew that he was suffering up there. We all knew he was suffering. Come on. Come on. We're not
Completely out.
blind.
He's
We might
deranged.
be dumb Americans, but we're not blind, okay?
Rachel was ready to vote for him on
I
his
I'm
deathbed. That's what
sorry.
she
I'm
said.
sorry. Everybody saw cognitive problems there. Everybody saw it, okay?
well, just like you
Stop.
see in Trump. Look at his eyes. The
No,
clinicians
I
are
don't.
coming out.
No. He's just
Clinicians are saying
okay.
that
And he's been crazy like that his whole life.
they said
There's
it
a
the last
big
time he was
difference.
in office.
Listen,
Last
if
time,
you've ever seen
and
anybody in the start of dementia, they have this faraway look in their eyes, and they have their good days,
like
and then they
Trump,
got their bad days. Listen, I don't know. I don't see dementia in Trump's eyes right now. Okay, nor do I hear it in his voice. He's not falling on himself. Come on.
I definitely
Listen, if
did.
you like being,
Pictures
listen, if
up
you
there
like to be frauded, then
and stuff.
great.
When y'all talked about Biden, have y'all seen all the pictures with Trump asleep out in the public?
Yes, Biden was talked about, but that's the thing right there, right? When
But
Biden
he
was
was
talked
all
about his
those
health.
things.
Hold on,
We
Cindy.
tur-
Cindy, that's
turned
exactly
out to
what I
be
was just trying
right.
to say. Everything that was most majority of the things that were being said about Biden regarding his health and how he's aging and this, that, and the third. I mean, it all came out to be true. You know what I'm saying? They
Everything
sat
all
up there
came
day
out.
and day and day in and day out saying there's nothing wrong with him. He's in perfect health. He's
I
good. He
spend
was
every
clear. He
day
was
with
this.
him
He
in
was that.
meetings,
And
What
then I mean, come on, Rachel. Like, I get it. You're gonna, regardless of it, you said it yourself.
but
You'd
she's
vote for
not
him
being
on his
objective,
deathbed.
Marty. She's
what
not going to be objective.
But I mean, come on, man. Like,
actual medical physician? That's who I listen to, not y'all.
yeah, but that's the thing. Even your own
Well, then
panelists that
how's
you
this?
do.
You're
Yeah, but
reading.
Cindy,
You're reading.
the
Hold on for a minute, because I'm
I,
going.
I,
Your reading skills on people are very bad. Then, so you might want to like dig deep into your gut feeling about it. I don't know what to say, because if you couldn't see the writing on the wall, if you couldn't see it, that's fine.
on with
Did
you.
Yeah,
you
like we can
ever?
be
Did
real
you
about this
you're
ever
now,
saying,
right?
oh,
expect
one
Like
sec, Mike.
we can be real
the
One,
about it
media,
now.
guys? The media would have protected him that night. That
Absolutely.
media would have protected him. They didn't protect him. They
100%.
knew there was another play coming. I don't know what the play was. We all know what the play turned out to be. And let me tell you something. If his wife ever tells the truth, then you're really going to be pissed off. He hates them all, and so doesn't she.
Medical physicians, and they said what they said. That's who I listen to.
Okay, they said what they said, Rachel, but the point is, even though they said what they said, not only were the American people witnessing way before the debate that he wasn't in the best condition, the night of the debate, like Cindy just said, you, the medical, no, when I say you, the medical physician, all these, not him, but the people who
Every
were
news
the
station turned on
the pe-
him.
Thank you. Every single person who sat in front of us and told us he was fine
Mm-hmm.
and are saying we're saying exactly what you just said now. We need to listen to the medical physicians who looked at those same very people turned around and said there is absolutely no way he is in good health. There is absolutely no way
They're
he
writing
isn't
books
this,
about it
he
now.
isn't that. I mean, they complete the very same night,
So
every single the brother was up there crying.
the very next day,
Dude was up there crying on CNN. or
Biden
MSNBC, whichever one that was.
very next. We not
Van Jones.
okay.
Yes,
The very
like it. Come on, like, and
That
then the
dude
weeks to
Scarborough was like,
follow,
he's
and then the
You know
weeks
perfect.
to
what?
follow, it just
Here's the
kept
difference.
trickling down.
Here's the difference between a Democrat and a Republican. If that was a Republican, we'd be pissed. We'd be fucking so
Yeah, what
pissed.
the fuck are you
And
doing up there, you
you guys
fucker?
weren't pissed, which is amazing to me.
What's crazy is this, dude. Like, guys, we can look back on this now, fine. There's no way in hell you're going to sit here and tell me that Trump is the same cognitively as Biden. Just stop it. It's almost elder abuse now. Like, it was funny at first when Biden first got in office. No,
It
I
is
swear to
elder
God.
abuse.
Like, at first it was funny. We were making fun of his gaffes. And then it was kind of like, all right, dude, like, you're clearly not calling the shots. Who's really doing this, right? Then you start realizing, then you're like, yo, what this doesn't even make sense. Then they hide him. Then at the end of it, it's like, yo, what are y'all doing? That debate, listen, guys, that was a strategy. Normally they would dope him up, send him on stage, and hopefully he can make it through. They had
So
to
how do you know he's being doped up?
listen.
How do you know that?
I'm I'm doing
Yeah,
this.
everything that you guys say is fucking
Why
things
can't
you're
I
making
finish
up.
here?
You're not his
What?
medical physicians. Biden had a whole
Excuse
thing
me,
the very
Jonathan.
next day
Can I
that he
speak,
was
please?
not
I'm
exactly
over
like
on
he
Clubhouse.
was. He was not exactly like he was the night before. So
Can
what's
I
the
speak?
difference between what
What I just want to finish saying is this: is that when you looked at
and
what
what
when you
happened the very next
okay, you can you can respond when I'm done. I swear, I'll be quiet. This is why I say this. When you looked at his public appearances, his speeches, whatever, he would get through them. He'd be able to get through them. Then there was this debate with Trump. Now, that June debate in the summer was the first, they never had the debate that early. That was abnormal. It was extremely abnormal. That's not a thing. Now, they did that because they knew they were going to send him out there to look horrible. And now that was their reason to replace him because they couldn't have, they should have done it before, by the way, but they didn't. And they knew they couldn't wait for the second debate because the second debate would have happened in September. And they can't do that
Bingo.
shit. So they
Bingo.
had the shit in the summer.
what happened
All
to Mike?
facts. All facts.
It's not facts.
If they waited till September, it would have been absolutely.
You know what?
They wouldn't have
Donald,
been able
Don,
to.
no, no,
Excuse me,
They
first
had
of
to
all,
send them out there
first
to
of all,
bomb the debate.
Donald Trump agreed to
Sense,
those.
I get it.
No,
Biden
the
never failed.
debate dates,
Is
the
not so
debate dates
common.
were established by Donald Trump and the Biden
No. They
administration.
requested it to be
It's
early.
nope. They established the dates, and then the reason they did that, you guys conveniently
can we
forget
have a
that there
room
were some
reset?
states who moved up the date that they had to submit their nominees.
That's
So
where Trump. That's where Trump
that's
really.
why
That's where Trump
that's
I'm
really
why
fucked
telling you.
up. Trump fucked up. There,
that's
he should have
well
waited.
he
He
had no
should have
choice
waited.
because those states had
There's
moved up their
never a
dates and
summer
everything
presidential
to
debate
have
ever.
again. So basically, so you're saying fuck the states who moved up their dates
No,
when they
I'm
had to
telling you,
know. No, no, no,
they
no. What I'm saying is you're saying
Can we
forget the
have a room
states
reset,
who moved
please?
up their dates and
Hey,
they needed a
Jordan.
candidate
yes, because they knew they were
on
going
the
to switch
ballot.
Biden
Mike,
out.
good
Okay,
luck to you. Have a good
so
time.
all the states were in collusion with Trump and Biden deciding on the dates that they decided on collectively together. Is
Can we
that what
have
you're
a
saying?
room reset, please? Please, room
Yeah,
reset,
y'all some
please.
dumbasses. That's not what
A
happened and
room
stuff.
They
reset.
sent
You
him
need
out there
some
to say, I
common
don't know what you're
sense,
saying. I mean, who
Michelle. You
cares,
need to
right?
have
The
some
states.
common sense.
Well, the common sense is you guys are not medical
Hey,
or
listen.
clinical physicians.
Fuck,
You're
fuck,
not
fuck.
They
you're not
knew he was
clinical
going to
The
have a
fact
counselors.
bad
that you're
debate.
still
His
arguing
medical
this.
doctor said one thing, and you guys are sitting here
All
one
right,
say
the
you
bottom
know
Can I
line
just
is,
say
better.
one thing? No,
You know
one
better than
sentence.
them medical
Can
physicians.
I
Just
say
like
one
all the
sentence?
you're
medical
still
Please.
physicians
defending him. He
are
fell on
saying
his
shit about
face.
Donald Trump right
He
now,
fell
and you
on his
guys don't want to
face.
acknowledge what they said the last time Trump was in office. And these are clinical mental health counselors, and they're
For
saying
you
it
to
right
compare
now.
Trump to
Look at
Biden is
Donald
insane.
Trump out there sleeping all over the place. That's why they keep his ass in the Oval Office signing executive orders and don't let
Wow.
his ass out too much because he's out there going to sleep at the post funeral
Right, right,
and every
right.
place. Yeah,
You're
right,
going
right,
to lose
right, right,
credibility if you
right,
keep
right.
saying
I
this.
don't need credibility. I don't from who? You? Who the fuck are
To
you?
compare to compare
I don't need credibility.
All
It's
right, cool. No
uncomparable.
credibility, but still, if you're just to be able to still be here trying to defend what these physicians said about Joe Biden's health is absolutely insanely laughable.
Well, yeah,
I mean, are we
it's
serious right now,
insane.
Rachel?
You're
Like,
not,
come on.
Marty. You're not a clinical physician, so what the fuck are you
You
talking
Oh
about?
damn
my
right I'm
I
not a
god.
get,
clinical
yeah, so
physician.
I'm gonna ride with them
Come
before I
on.
ride
So
with
you
you
really,
any day.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna ride
yeah,
with
yeah.
them before
Okay.
I ride with you any
You
day.
don't gotta ride with me.
Any day.
The question is,
Exactly.
you okay? So
Okay,
you
so
truly
why
believe?
aren't you riding
Okay,
with
so
the
you
clinical
truly
mental health
believe what
physicians?
those physicians said?
So, do you not believe what the
Do
physicians are
you
saying about
believe
Donald
what
Trump?
those? You
Do you
truly
not
believe?
believe
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
saying about Donald Trump? Do you not
Will
believe
you
that?
give Biden a
Do you
grocery list
not
and think he's going
believe
to get
that?
everything?
Do you not believe what they're saying about Donald Trump?
No, I say no. Okay, now my question to
Okay,
you, damn
well,
it.
no.
Okay, you did
Hey
okay.
guys,
So
hey
you did
one
Who
mic,
would
agree.
get
one
more?
The
mic, one mic, one mic. Yeah, guys, we got we're recording. Got people listening.
oh, for sure, for sure. I'm
Who
trying
would
to
get
have a
more
good
things right on the
conversation.
grocery list of Trump or
Um,
Biden?
No, one second, Mike. 1 second. No, Rachel, I said no, and you responded and you said no as well. You said you don't believe the physician, but this whole
No,
time you've
that's
been
just
saying
dumb to say. I have always said I believe. What the fuck are
no.
you
But
talking
just
about,
now,
Marty?
that's
No,
what you
Marty,
just
don't
said.
play games with me. I
No,
have said time and time again
Rachel,
that
come
I
on,
believe Biden's the physician. So why are you
Once
asking me a
again,
dumb
guys,
question?
we got people listening.
Rachel, come
I
on.
have
We
said
don't need
time and time
we don't
again I ride with
Rachel.
his physician. So don't ask me stupid questions.
You posed a question to me. I'm sitting here saying, after everything that went down between with Biden, the physicians came out when I can't even remember which month they came out and said what they said. After that, we don't see them. Yes, we just got the timeline of the debate being moved up, and you're still. I mean, even after the fact that his team coming out and saying he wasn't in the best shape, he wasn't this, he wasn't that.
What
I
team said
mean,
that?
the Biden's.
What
I
team
mean, are
said
you
that? Who on
Biden's?
Biden's team said that?
Biden's.
Who?
Oh my
Every
God,
single,
guys!
every, 1 second, every single panelist, every single one of the people, every single one of those booty clapping for Biden, the entire, and
Everyone
Kamala,
defending him is now turned
the
on.
entire, they literally sat
So
up
they
there
made the
saying
same.
exactly what you were
So,
saying. 1 second, they said
huh?
exactly what you were saying, and then after the debate, literally the same night of the debate, it was an entire flip. Now, once again, 1 second, I'm gonna pass it to you.
I don't care
Now,
what they
once again,
did. What did his
once again,
physician say?
1 second, 1 second, please, 1 second.
Oh my
The physician
God!
could have said whatever he wanted to because at
That's a
right
damn
now,
lie. No, they can't.
once again, right now,
Only Trump's personal physician said
ma'am,
that.
come on, Rachel, let me just finish and I'll pass it back to you. Because once again, right now,
Believe
like I
all
said,
doctors.
I believe, I don't believe what they're, like you said, I don't believe what they're saying about Trump. You right now cannot prove to me that that physician was telling the truth. You can't. So yes,
What
you
a
may stand behind it. 1 second. So yes, you may stand behind it and say, I believe what the physician said because he's the physician. But even with what we were seeing for the last 2 years, even with what everybody was seeing the debate night, you're still standing behind that. So what I'm telling you is, you can't prove that that physician was telling us the truth.
And you can't
You
prove that the
can't.
physician was lying. And you can't prove that the
Hey,
physician
listen
was
okay.
here.
So you
lying.
guys are at a stalemate.
You can't
What
prove
we
it.
saw,
You can't prove
Biden's
it.
greatest supporters,
You
a
can't
lot of
prove it.
Biden's greatest supporters witnessed the debate night and even came out and said, "Hey, this isn't good." So
Okay,
at the end of the day, you don't have to agree with it. That's cool.
And
But
I'm
to
never gonna
still
agree with
sit
it.
here on
I'm
what the
never gonna agree
physician
with it.
said, that's
Exactly.
wild. That's
100%. No,
wild.
it's wild that you think you know better than clinical physicians. That's what's
Right, right,
wild.
right, right, right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
guys. You
yeah.
guys are going back. I just want to point this out, please, real quick. One sentence. What the original point was this: they knew Biden was going to bomb the fucking debate. They knew it. And the debate was originally said all presidential debates have worked this way. The last one is in September. They moved it up until I think it was in June or July. It was either the first, a couple weeks into June or it
You're
was
saying the
first.
same shit you said earlier, Marty.
Please,
You
why do
don't
you
want to
keep
accept the fact,
interrupting people when
and
they're
you don't
speaking?
want to accept the fact that they had to do that because
Do you know the point is made
several
once
states
the
needs to
point is
have their
done?
information. No, because all you do is just talk, 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 talk. You saying the
Oh
same
my!
shit. Say something different.
I haven't got to say it. Listen to what I'm saying to you. This, please, just please, because all you're doing is just responding to people telling them they're stupid. You're not making a point. I want to just make this point. Please, 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 please. Just
I
let
don't
me.
need to make a point with you, Mike, because you just say repetitively the same dumb shit.
I haven't got to finish it.
Okay, say something different than what you've been
Rachel,
saying all
Rachel,
day.
come on. You know the man recording in the room right now. There's a lot of other people in the room.
Well,
Somebody
Marty,
else
you
may
knew
want to
that too.
respond to him.
You
I
knew
would
that
already
too.
Yeah,
be
and I was
done
trying to
then.
have a decor conversation, but you don't just keep jump.
Yeah,
Come
no,
on,
no,
man.
you
If
weren't.
you wasn't recording,
Go
it's
ahead.
whatever. It's late night, but come on now.
Just please let me
Yep,
finish.
take your own advice.
Please, just let me finish, Rochelle. Please. All I'm saying is this: they knew Biden was going to bomb the debate. His team. They didn't want to have the debate in September because then it'd be too late to switch into Kamala and just to put Kamala in there at September when the election's in November. So they asked to move the debate up, which was very abnormal. There's never been a presidential debate in the summertime. So they moved the debate up. They send them up on stage. And when I say dope them up, I'm just saying give them stuff that'll perk them up, right? I mean, people take stuff to perk them up all the time. You give them stuff that'll make them stay awake or whatever, right? Whatever. It's not like doping him up on drugs. Like, ugh. All I'm saying is that they didn't give that to him. They sent him out there and he bombed, and they knew that was going to happen to him. And and that's what I'm saying with this borderline elder abuse. Like they just send this dude out there, and they know he's going to look like a fool, and everyone's going to make fun of him. And he's so old, and like the dementia, so he doesn't even know that people are making fun of him. It's fucking wrong.
So
They
everything
shouldn't
you're
have done
saying
this
is
to him.
conjecture, and it's all stupid because none of that happened. You literally keep saying that we move the date of up X, Y, and Z. You will not acknowledge that
Yes, they couldn't have him
there
bomb
were
a debate in
several
September.
states who moved up their dates. Donald Trump team agreed to the dates that they established
Right.
for the debates. But you're saying that Donald Trump had nothing to do with the dates being allegedly
No.
moved up. But even though his team sat there and worked hand in hand to get the debate date scheduled,
Yeah, they agreed with it.
but that doesn't mean
Trump doesn't give a
anything.
fuck
That
when the
doesn't mean
debate would be.
anything, right? That
Trump
means
doesn't care
nothing.
when the debate is. They
That
asked to
means
move the
nothing,
date up.
right? Yeah, you sound delusional and stupid.
What are you?
You're an apologist for Trump. You're trying to say that, oh, forget the
Yo,
part that Trump played in
Steven,
this. It's not significant. It doesn't mean anything
Trump
because this
agreed
all
to move
happened
time.
to do what was done to Biden. Just stop it.
They did it to make sure that they knew they were going to oust him. They knew they were going to oust him. They couldn't oust him in September, so they need to oust him in the summer. And Trump's like, sure, I'll debate him. I don't give a fuck whenever you want to do this stuff. And Trump probably was
Yeah,
in on it. Trump
and
knew
you're
it
the
was going to
Trump
happen.
whisperer too. So you absolve Trump of anything to do with the dates or any of that stuff, right?
Oh
Just
my
fucking
God,
stupid.
The
bro.
Trump whisper is crazy.
They asked Trump to move the debate up, but Trump said yes. That doesn't mean Trump had
They
anything to
didn't
do
ask
with it.
Trump to do shit. Trump team agreed with him. They worked out the debate dates
Wait, Trump
together.
team agreed to move the debate up.
Nobody
Yeah.
asked. Yeah. So again, so
Right.
your bias is on full
Why would
display.
Biden's team move the debate up?
Your
Why do you think they
bias
did it?
is on full because
No,
three
well, we'll
states
do it this
because
way.
of what the
We'll do it
three
this way, Rochelle.
states did
We'll do it this
because of
way.
what the
Why
three
do you
states
think
did
Biden's team moved the debate up?
because of what the three states did. Trump and Biden established the debate dates. Their teams
Right.
because
Why
of the
would they
three
do that?
states.
Why'd they
Trump
move it
and
up?
Biden. You know what? Yeah, yeah.
Why do you
Can we
think
can
they
we live
moved
in
it
the
up?
current
You're one of those
situation?
complete idiots and what have you because
Why?
you're
I'm just
not
asking a question.
listening.
Why do you think they moved the debate up for Biden? Why?
Go ask Trump's team why they moved it up. Go
Because they
ask
asked
them.
him to. Because they asked him to. Why do you think Biden's team wanted to move it
Because
up?
they got together and they decided collectively what the dates should be. The dates they work
Why?
for Trump
Why did
and
they
the
do that?
dates because they needed days to work for Trump and days to work for Biden. But you're so delusional and so ignorant with your conjecture about
Right.
what happened and didn't happen regarding Joe Biden that you won't even acknowledge the part that the Trump team played in any of the
Dude,
dates.
you have to
But the
watch
debate shouldn't have happened.
Trump's interview tonight. It was
Trump
horrible.
actually did one
He
extra
makes
debate.
like he's losing his mind. You have to watch the interview tonight. Did you guys see it? Trump, honestly, like it is literally like for you to sit there. I like the lady on stage. Like I understand your position, but I mean Trump's interview. It's like really. I think it's just he's so rude. He's such an ass. Basically, like you. I don't know if you guys have you watched it?
What was your favorite part of the
How
interview?
is being rude
I mean, I keep watching it and I'm like just astounded
Wait,
by
are
it.
we moving the goalpost?
Well, the ABC's like he's like just like he doesn't like ABC. He was so rude. I mean, honestly, just and he doesn't make any sense though. That's the reality. He has no end game. He's not even on the
Yes,
field.
we
He's
are.
not telling us what's going to be
you
good.
guys
He
are
doesn't have a
grasping at
plan.
straws.
But did you have a favorite part?
what he said he's in like ABC, and the guy kept going. I mean, honestly, I give whoever interviewed him a lot of kudos because he was just a dick, dude. And it was like he made an embarrassment of himself. I mean, and he doesn't even make sense when he speaks. He goes in circles. He says the same shit, and he's done that for 100 days.
I just
Every
say
time Trump
things.
speaks, he talks about the last administration. There would never been a war. Blah blah blah. He
There
says
wouldn't
this
have been.
every fucking day. He says the same goddamn thing. He's losing his mind.
I can say things. For anyone to compare Trump to Biden cognitively is insane.
Watch the interview, then,
Well,
Mister. If you're
tell
so
that to the
smart, see the
27
interview.
Literally.
clinical
I
mental
asked.
health
That's what I
counselors
asked
that
you.
just
Did you
came out
watch
with a
the interview
report
tonight?
a couple of weeks ago. Tell that to them.
Again, for anyone to sit there and tell me that
Yeah,
you're
tell
looking
that
at,
to the professionals who
hey,
are
give
clinical mental
Biden a
health
grocery list of
counselors
20
that
items
came
and
out
give
with
Trump
their
a grocery
report,
list of
just like
20
they
items.
did the last time he was in office.
Biden wouldn't even make it to the grocery store.
Rachel, you know, one thing I was thinking about, because I do remember so many conversations where
True.
people were really, they were up for voting for Biden, even if it literally meant that he was on his deathbed. Like I remember that very, very vividly. It was surprising to me, and I think about it sometimes. It was surprising how fast it seemed like after that one debate that he had with Trump, that that the Democratic Party really just moved a little too quickly, in my opinion, to count him out. Do you don't think that? I was just curious why they moved so quickly when I remember so
Dana, you
many
act like you
people.
weren't part of all these conversations that were taking place when all this happened. You were here, right?
Well, I'll give you one thing is that when Biden ran, he said he was only going to run for one term, and I like when someone speaks to his word because he was getting older, and he said he was after his son died, he didn't run. So I like the fact that he committed that he was only going to run once, and like he wasn't going to run again. So I didn't like that he wavered because I wanted him to stick to that. And the
Well,
Democratic
then hold on.
Party
Then you should
should
think
have
he's a dick for waiting too long.
held that and planned in advance.
He did run again.
So that
Someone
was
get
your
this woman a
favorite. So
chatter
you
I
cutter
know, and
you
that's
to
do
my
give
have
him.
a
point. And I
favorite
wasn't okay.
part.
That's my point. Is stick. When he ran, he said he's only going to run once, and I was like, okay. And that was the game plan. It's like stick to your word, dude. Like,
So
and
then
then he
why did he
ran again, and
campaign for
that
those
wasn't
first six,
cool.
7
That's my
months?
point.
What? That's an even worse demerit for Biden because he should have passed off the baton in the beginning of campaign season and not done a half
Right,
campaign
that's
him
my
and then gave
point. That's
Kamala
what I agree
4 months.
with that. That's what I'm
He
saying.
only
Is like
gave Kamala
I was
four
kind of
months.
Hey,
pissed
y'all
because
are
he didn't give
agreeing
it
with
up.
each other,
He
man.
needed to pass the baton. That's my point.
No, she's saying that he's true to his word.
Can you guys imagine? We have like another 3.5 years of this
This is
shit. This is gonna
bullshit. I honestly, I just
Fuck
thought
yeah,
I'm
fuck
gonna
yeah.
apply for jobs internationally. I literally, after watching that fucking interview with Trump, I'm like, okay, I love the United States of America and I pray for it, but maybe I can pray for another country because this is bullshit. Every other country, their
Bye.
GDP is going up, but ours is going down. This is bullshit.
Bye.
No, don't say
I
Bye.
think it's
goodbye.
going to be great to be
She wants to go
international.
to the
Okay, I
restaurant.
Jonathan,
can't
you're
wait. I'll
so
be back
silly.
though.
This is not your fucking space. 1 second. This is not your room to tell anyone bye.
Oh, he's telling her to get out of the country.
What is
My
she? What do you want me
goodness.
to say? Don't go.
No, you should
Oh
tell her
no,
to come to
I think
chatter.
I'm gonna
Then shut the
go.
fuck
Like
up, bro.
honestly, I think it's like a good
I
time to
think you should
go.
Bye.
totally come to chatter.
Mikey said that again. I will block you from my fucking room forever.
Bang,
Fair
I
you
just
enough.
told you
know,
not to
he's
say that.
talking about. I want to make sure you heard the context. You know, like the liberals say if Trump wins, I'm moving out of the country. That's what she was
Look,
saying.
Yeah, the
okay,
point
well,
she's trying to make is America sucks so bad she doesn't want to live here.
Right. So he
okay,
said
okay.
bye.
But once again, I want people to be able to have their voice. You can express yours, but all that buy shit, you're speaking for the fucking room. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, ma'am. And this is good fucking content, and you're fucking
Oh
ruining
no,
it. Shut the
I'll put
fuck
a
up.
PTR on my. I'm just gonna show you a graph of where they project their GDP's coming. I'm gonna put a picture on. Check it out. It just shows other current like Europe. Germany's gonna increase like significantly, as well as Mexico, but United States is going down. This is the prediction. So I'm just saying, like, it might be a good time to travel if you ask me. I mean, I'm just saying, like, because this is bullshit.
You got to
But
get to Chatter. Somebody please get her in there. We got to get her code. Do you have a?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mike.
you
Can you
know,
Mike, one
actually,
download
I
second.
Chatter
tried it. Like,
Social?
One second.
something's wrong every time. It's like you guys gave
All
me
right,
one other
sorry,
night.
baby.
I tried it. Give me one more code. For some reason, something is going round, like wrong with. Please give me another code and I'll try it for the third time. But I don't know what's going on. Please give it to me. I'm trying. I've tried. Give me a code,
when you
please.
get
Thank you.
on, is it
Mike,
like
one
silent?
second. Mike,
It's
Mike,
just
if you ruin
being
my, if
weird
you
with
ever
me, and
ruin my
I'm not.
content like
I'm
that
not in
again,
apps like to that. So, but I fully will commit to giving it a full try. If so, I'll put the PTR up, and if you can send me a code, I would be happy, and I'll give it a
it's the
try right now.
code in the chat.
Were you able to create a username?
I do believe I was. So, anyways, I did that the first time and it wasn't able to do it. So now it's like, what
If you
username?
send Jonathan or somebody your username, then Nelson could can let you in if the link isn't working. If you
Well, if you
got
guys
into
are
the
gonna
chat
be
when you
on here for a
created.
little bit, I'll just do it right now, and I'll like I message you in the background maybe if I have a problem. I mean, I really appreciate
Do
like.
it right now.
Okay, no, that's what I mean. If you could send me a code right now,
They're in
I
the
really
chat.
appreciate it.
Muted
Thank
part.
you. And I don't mean
There,
to, thank you.
you're welcome. There are two codes in the chat for you.
Okay. I just want to ask her when she gets on Chatter, is it silent, like she can't hear anything? Because that's what was happening to me for a while.
Barth, you're on mute.
Barth, stop yelling at us.
That's when you come up in the audience. Can I just take a little moment, just give a little chatter? Like if you're on another platform, you're listening at home, download the app, create a profile, get all the way to where like you get your name and get this fancy little message saying we'll invite you. Then go click on that link and you'll be able to join us right here. When you get into a room, you got to raise your hand and hope that Pamela's paying
Yes,
attention because she's the only one, and a couple others that'll let you up.
that's
Just
what I was
kidding.
going to say. You got to hit the hand
That's
raise, or else
right.
you won't hear it. That's all I
So,
was going to say to her
welcome back.
because it was messing me up for a while. I was
All
like,
right.
"What the hell's going on here? Why is it not? Why
All
can't I
right,
hear?"
we get it now. All right, Mike, we get it. You had a
Jeez,
problem, you figured
you're
it out.
turning on me too, Barth.
Congratulations.
You're turned on
No,
me.
Mike.
No, I'm an
Mike.
equal opportunity asshole. If you're gonna like,
Yes, we all are. But Mike, please do not try to take over the room. You did that the other night, and
well,
when
hold on, okay. Now you
Jonathan's,
got something to say?
I'm talking to Mike.
All right,
Me and Mike spent a lot of time together the other night. I
that's
just
right.
don't want Mike to like get in trouble and get
Well,
thrown
well,
out of the
well, I'm
room.
here because I'm here
That
because once again,
right? That's what I'm saying.
this is not your fucking room to dictate the content, and you ruined my content.
Sorry, guys. I'll pay more attention to it.
It just redirected me to like some specific developer. Like, I don't know why. So, Dr. Surjaw, I don't know, like, if that's one of you, but anyways, it's kind of weird. I haven't gotten that message. Anyways, I would like to talk to someone offline about this, like, if possible. Like, 'cause I don't know what, I'm not really familiar with setting it up this way. Like, I don't know. Let me look into this. So essentially, it's a pain in the ass a little bit. That's what my point is. Okay, but I'm trying to figure it out.
No, you can make it simple. Listen, you download the app Chatter Social. You go through like the 3 pages of having to answer a couple questions. You'll get to a page where it says like, "Congratulations, you're done." Something like, "We'll let you know." Then you go all the way back to your Clubhouse app where you are. You just click that link that's in the chat, and then it will instantly bring up Chatter Social. Should not be hard. I did it, man. So just let us know how it goes. Eventually, we don't need full updates. Uh, has anybody been paying attention? What's going on in India and Pakistan, and like the potential of shit? I hadn't checked in a minute. Major war. Let's see if anything's happened. I'm vamping, chat, or bang until somebody tells me.
Oh, let me come back over there.
Huh?
Yeah, see if you delete the app and download it again. There's
Okay.
like an echo.
Okay, I'm gonna delete it and download it again. I think that's probably a good idea at this point. So, right? Might as well, because I don't want to waste any time talking about this because these are technical. Something's weird about it, and who
No,
knows
you're
why.
fine.
But
Just delete it,
I think
re-download it. I think that'll
it's
solve it.
that's what I probably should do because it sees that I have the email set up though. So, anyways, I think that okay. I'm getting all these. Someone needs to help me.
You're good. You're
I
good.
downloaded the app. I downloaded from the App Store like weeks ago when you guys told me to. I did it like weeks ago. So, um, anyways, okay. So I'm just gonna take a
All
little
right, you're
time to do it
fine.
on my own, and I hope you guys all have a good night and all that jazz. But I just want to make sure that you guys
You're fine.
understand that everyone else's GDP is going to be going up, like Canada and the Europe's and Mexico's GDP and Germany. If 20% they're projecting, but America's not going anywhere, but down. It sucks. Really weird. Really fucked up. Not okay.
See, check your back channel. I sent you my information. I can walk you through it.
And none of us ain't got nowhere to be. We're not trying to rush you. I mean, take your time. We want to make sure you get over here.
Well, I just don't want to. I don't know what my TV was on this repeat model of listening to Trump, and I was like, he's just not making any fucking sense as usual. And I can't believe he actually put this. Like they kept questioning whether or not they were going to continue with the interview, and
All right, what?
honestly, like I'm shocked by the interview. Has anyone seen the interview for the first 100 days?
I'm
He
gonna
was this
have to
whole.
pull it up. Let me ask you a
You
question.
guys
What was your
haven't even
name?
watched it? It's an embarrassment. I'm shocked that he allowed that to be like put out
Embarrassment. Let
there.
me ask you. Um, what was different about this speech or what he said tonight than any of the other Trump speeches to make you as passionate as you are? Embarrassment. Let me know.
Well, he just really was he just did the same old shit. It wasn't about any of the American people. He didn't speak about better. He didn't say anything about the people of America, and that's what I think. Like literally, he's like been lost. Like, what are you doing? Like for us? Like I haven't heard one goddamn thing since he's 100 days in office, and he did what he normally does every day, and chastised like the previous administration. Biden. He went off on his tangent. He's like that. He's becoming like senile. He does this every day, and it's literally you can. I project it like it should be. It's just sad because it's like he's angry. He's an angry man. That's the thing is like when people are angry, you don't invite love and like so they're projecting like other economies are going to do really well. And I the reality is America's going to be fine long term, but the people in the meantime people have been hurt without he hasn't saved us any money at all. I mean, he's cost us more, and he's like doing things that frankly are very wrong. I mean, period. And it's not even constitutional. So,
What's like
I mean, and
the
thing is, he's
most?
messed up our economy. But look, people are making money off it. It's a game. And it's, but, like, it's like he didn't speak anything about the American people. He didn't say one goddamn thing that I took, like, as though he's looking at after he doesn't even know. He just goes on in his tangents. Like, everything's
Hmm,
down. The price of gas is down. It's like, is it really? Like, price of eggs is down. I'm like, is it really? Like, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't seen it change. But that's just me. But I'm not harping on these things. I'll be okay. I'll ride through this like fucking chaos, like trauma, which fucking never needed to happen in the first place.
I agree. Absolutely, 100%. So I'm really just still trying to like nothing about the speech tonight that was just crazy that'll make the news tomorrow that he said.
Well, I just think he was a complete asshole when he said that he didn't like ABC, and like after the guy had to put up with him, and he was just such an ass. Like I don't
Well,
like
who was the
ABC,
interview
so he's gonna
with?
go after ABC next. It's like he's going after all the universities, all free speech. He doesn't like ABC. That's exactly how it ended. So if you don't understand like what that means, that's the first state of like the first step towards authoritarian like fascism, whatnot. I mean that's a
Mhm.
fact. I mean pulling like anyways, it's a tease. He's just and not talking about like what's the end game. Like he does have a
Right.
responsibility as our president to speak about how they're looking to see things, work out what the end game is, because we don't want to wreck the world. We're not like looking to get into war, are we? Or are we? Is the
What do you
question.
feel
That's
like?
the question that no one's asking. Are we? Because I understand Iran's on the plate. That's why I see. Like Pete had said, like fired a lot of his people because they were like anti, like let's go to war with Iran. So I don't know if that's true or accurate or wrong or right, but you know what? I wouldn't be surprised because typically, like but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe that was. So, are we looking to go to war? Like, what is the reasons why we fired all these people? Why have we had 100 days of chaos? Was it to make you money? Probably, and that's so. Look, hey, you know what? Whatever. I mean, at some point. But have you talked about the American people at all?
Mm,
You just leave us hanging.
very good
Your
point.
job is also, as a responsibility to the country of the United States of America, to provide us with a plan as to what your goal is. Like, we didn't vote you in to like to
Not
say like
some
like,
sort
oh,
of a
you can
plan,
just go and
right?
put tariffs across the world against penguins. Innocent little penguins. What a fucked up situation. If you were to go to a corporation and your document actually ended up like you put a report together about this is how you'd go about things, and you happen to have an island of penguins, you'd be fired, like, or you would never be hired. I mean, one or the other, but
Mm,
please, like, come on now. Like, children, like, we are not, like, stupid, but that was really blatantly stupid. And this plan is not working out well, but it certainly is going to get better because it can't get worse. And it won't because the American people are
right.
strong. And that's the fact. But Trump is not smart and he's acting senile, and really he's repeating himself a lot, and he doesn't know game plan. Is even playing on the field, does he know where the goal is?
Does he even know what sport he's playing?
Exactly, is it the water sport or is it on the field? Like, exactly, I mean,
Is he
damn
into
right,
water
thank you.
sports?
Because Iceland is very cold, and Iceland, you know what they said actually? Iceland said, they made a joke about that. They're like, it's, we could say it's very cold up here, like ice. I think ice slips. Like, I don't know what they said,
Isn't
but
it
it was
funny? Like
funny.
Iceland's cold and Greenland's cold, like the opposite. Yeah, I love that.
They say it's
So
ice
made a lot of
ice, like I
sense.
forgot it was pretty funny. I'll have to get it. I'll recall it in a second, but it was pretty funny. Iceland, Greenland rhetorically said that ice, you slip a lot on ice in Greenland, because they're like
That's
all like,
right.
you're coming after us, you're attacking us. Like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, these are small little like provinces. It's like,
Excuse,
chill.
excuse me. Can I like remind you guys like, so I know a lot of people don't like Trump and they feel like, however they feel about him. But the thing that people need to realize is that this is the man that they tried to kill. And we can all say whatever we want, but I mean, how would you react if somebody tried to kill you, tried to throw you in prison, but then you ended up becoming president of the country? Now
Hey,
you have
I also
all the
want to
power.
remind you that this is a president that actually posted on New York City a big sign wanting to like basically put all those guys in jail that were exonerated. Okay, those people he publicized, and he was not in office, and he actually did that with conviction. He put on a billboard, to put them in jail, and they were all innocent. So I want to make sure you understand. I also want to make sure that you
Well,
understand that
ma'am,
he has made money off taking advantage of entitlements with the government for years. He knows how to work the judicial system to be able to make it benefit him. So don't forget these things.
when he posted his ad about the Central Park Five, um, they so to our knowledge, the public knowledge, at the point that he posted this article, they had admitted to a very heinous crime. So at the time, he didn't know that
None
they
of
were.
his business. He was not a mayor. He was not part of it.
Okay, it's
He
too late.
intentionally
Too
went
early,
after
too
them. He put
something.
a billboard up. Who does that shit? Someone that wants to be
You keep
publicized.
interrupting
That
him.
is,
Can you
he's
let him
just not,
speak?
no,
You,
unacceptable, bullshit.
you're yelling and you're interrupting. King just got here.
and you're interrupting him, and you're actually screaming. So if you could just let him finish, land his plane, and just calm your voice a little bit. Everything's going to be all right. Thank you. Go ahead, King.
Well, the only thing that I'm just trying to get people to see is that we have to understand that Trump is a human too, and we don't know. Like, I don't know the psychological. Look, if I was on TV and somebody tried to kill me, right, and they tried to throw me in prison, they tried to defame my entire family, they tried to do all these horrible things to me, and now by chance I become the president of America. I don't know how I would react. So for people to just really want him to react like none of this stuff happened to him when it happened to him is, I mean, it's kind of far out, man. I mean, it's far out and it's a hard ask.
So, are
So,
you saying that he is making these policies and doing what he's doing because somebody tried to kill him? Well, if he didn't, if he can't, if he can't, if he doesn't have the tolerance to know that once you put yourself out there as a president, anything could happen, are you saying he's gonna make all his decisions and all his policy decisions based on the fact that somebody wanted to kill him at one point in time? That's such a
You know,
ridiculous
he's a
argument to get
criminal.
up out of.
He's a
Let me finish,
criminal.
my lady. Let me finish. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard all night, and I've heard a lot of ridiculous things on this side because you're not making any sense whatever. And the lady talked about the Central Park Five and the ad and all that, but you glossed over it and say the people admit it. And you know, you sound like a black man, and I'm not doing a black and white thing. You know that the people were forced to admit it. So
but we
you
didn't.
guys
But at
just
the time
make
they admitted,
excuse. I'm not done.
we didn't know that they admitted it.
I'm not freaking done. Let me land. You wouldn't all know, and you know it, but you're just making excuses for the man. And the lady sounds like she's upset, so I'm not gonna ignore what she's saying. People come in here, we don't know what's going on in their lives. She sounds very upset tonight, so I'm not going to disregard anything that she's saying. I land.
So what I'm saying is, at the time that Donald Trump put out his article, they had admitted, and the entire public thought that these people were guilty. It wasn't until later, when it came out that they were forced to give these confessions. No one knew that at the time that they confessed. And as far as him making decisions off of him being shot, and I'll be honest, I'm human, right? Um, if they would have tried to do if they would have tried to do to me what they tried to do to Trump, I would have killed them all. All right, I would have did everything that I could in my power to kill them all. I'm talking about kill them all. So when people say that he's acting very crazy, I don't think so. Because me, I think that I would be acting sane by repaying to them. They tried to throw this man in prison for the rest of his life with lies. We know for a fact that Barack Obama, um, the president, the President Biden, his 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 vice president. We know that they had these meetings at the White House, colluding to try to arrest Trump. And now Trump is supposed to just be this. Oh, he's supposed to take the high road? Absolutely not. I believe in the eye for an eye. You tried to kill me, and now I'm king. What does a king do in history when the people tried to? What happens to people that make a failed attempt to kill a king? What happens to them historically?
He is not a king. What are you doing?
But he tried to claim he's a king on the interview tonight. You should watch the interview as I look forward to speaking to you, sweet Anne, like hearing you guys what your thinking is about about the interview this evening. Because you think he's claiming that and he's not a king at all.
he
The world, we
identifies.
didn't vote for a king. This is not the way our world has been so successful. He did not get successful based on one king. The reason he was successful was because of the democracy that we have in place. And that's the irony of it. And that's also, that is the weird thing about it and also the wrong thing about it. And it goes back to the basic little things like putting a billboard up in New York City for people he wasn't confident or 100% sure without conviction like that. Why would you do that anyways? Period. That we're actually convicted of, doing that type of behavior. I mean, those are things that you need to look at. He is a criminal. He has 34, like, I mean, that's a fact. And like, so these are things that you can't deny. I mean, don't be ignorant around this. This is real. I mean, and he's angry, man. And the thing is, I'm sure he has a heart. We all do. And I understand that I'm sure he does. And I actually wanted to give him, I actually was giving him hope to believe that he would do better this time because he got a second fucking chance. And most people in life don't get a second chance. And he did. And look what he's done in the first 100 days. And he's not even grateful. He hasn't spoken about the American people and how it's going to benefit individual. He hasn't shown any success stories. He's demolished. I mean, he's really fucked up the world economy now, and it
No,
is
he
serious. The
didn't.
bond
I'm
market
sorry,
2 weeks
John. I
ago was
can't
really
go
fucking
back.
wrong. He knows he did wrong. It's a fact.
I think that I think that you're coming from.
What
Hello?
happened?
Hello?
What happened?
Hello?
That's a
Dang, I thought I
message
was in
that's
the
really relevant
hallway.
tonight.
Chat, you're so funny. We've unlocked a new character, Auntie. I mean, we 4 for 4. Oh yeah. Remember that lady on Clubhouse who died, who killed herself? Remember the doctor lady? People go through stuff, man.
Can y'all hear us?
Let her get it out.
Can y'all hear Clubhouse?
Now we can.
Okay.
Y'all cut out.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Y'all
I thought
cut
I was
out.
in the hallway. Go ahead, see.
Real, are you here on Chatter?
I'm everywhere.
Okay, okay. You are omnipresent.
Just like Jesus, because everybody calling themselves kings and queens. And
Queen.
Jesus is, I saw somebody said that he was Jesus. I think somebody said that in the
I
in
think
the
I heard that
telegram.
one. I
Yeah,
heard that
yeah.
one.
Guys, listen. You can't make up this shit though. I mean, social audio. You meet all kinds of characters.
I think her phone died, y'all. I think that's why she went out.
I like her passion though. Bring her to chatter. But I think she's going through something, though. I think she's really upset about something.
This is every time. This is like the 10th time. Y'all have heard her before.
Well, I'll tell you what she's going through. A bottle.
You feel me,
Is that
chat?
Aurora? That's not Aurora. That's not Aurora, right?
No, it's
No.
C.
Oh.
And
No.
she's I
So
have walked her
I've
through and invited her to chatter a few times.
I've never heard
Um,
her, but I know Aurora
yeah.
sounds the same.
No, it's not
Wait,
Aurora.
who was Jesus? Somebody said they were Jesus. Somebody said Trump was Jesus. They're Jesus. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's
Oh,
a fact.
Yeah, that
oh
man that
my
was
God.
talking before or right after C, before C started talking again. Him.
Say he's a king. He's a king. That man said he's a king.
Yes.
But somebody said today that he's Jesus. Mm, you guys, God is coming soon. Maybe I have been hearing that from when I was a child, but honestly, God, I think maybe it's time for it for a revelation. You guys are crazy. This cult thing is getting weird.
You guys come to the stage if you want to speak. Raise your hand.
Man, I need C to come back. Where'd she go?
What is it? C as in the letter C or SCA?
Just it just had the letter C.
Yes, just the letter.
Huh?
That is correct. Yeah, I really think her phone died because she, her mic was off and she just went silent and then she just disappeared.
Oh, I hope she okay.
Why? Cause I need a friend now. Babe, you need all the friends you can get. No, you need a new friend right now, and you're considering getting a new dog or cat. Today is National Adoption.
Hello?
Chat, when you said the model, I always forget that people are on here lit. I always
Yeah, man. Don't drunk in Clubhouse.
Yeah, I sometimes I think like, why is that person acting so out of character? Oh, okay, okay.
Did y'all see the video that was played during Trump's rally today with the migrants?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, chat. Very disturbing.
Chad, if you're trying to stream something, try to find the interview with the ABC that she's talking about. It's only like 10 minutes long, but interesting interview.
Oh, okay.
That's what she's been referring to the whole night, actually, for last 10-15 minutes.
Just say this one thing before I'm kicked. Why y'all didn't have that energy when Biden was in office? We ain't say nothing when Biden. We didn't say nothing when Biden was in office. We ain't say nothing when he was sending hundreds and billions over to Ukraine. We didn't say nothing when he was passing all these strange laws. And I'm not going to say it to offend nobody. We wasn't saying nothing when he was opening borders, left, right, north, south, west, east, up, down, hell around. Where was this smoke? Where was this energy? And then y'all was about to vote for Kamala Harris and her vice president, who is a known child toucher.
What in the heck is a child toucher? What is that? What is that? You got to stop now.
You can't
Nah,
say the
enough is
word
enough.
on. You can't say that
I've
word
heard it
on
all now.
Clubhouse. You can't say that word on Clubhouse. They defend those type of beings.
A pedo?
What?
Try typing
Really?
that word in the chat.
You,
They
you
not
can
gonna.
say you can say pedo. It's
You
all
know
right.
you're talking though, right?
Yeah, but you can still be blocked for saying that.
Yeah.
But Mo, I want to hear. Let's hear some bad things about Biden because he must be your God or Jesus because I haven't like you act like this man only been in office for 100 days. Biden ran the country for 4 years, and before that it was 8. So basically, he's been running the country for 12 years.
Didn't Trump even say they treated Biden unfairly?
No, he said they treated
Do
Bernie
what?
unfairly. They
You
treated
do
Bernie.
know that Trump is the current president, not Biden, right?
Thank you.
Well, have that same vitriol for Biden when he was in office.
Spell it.
They forced him to drop out.
Spell it. Spell vitriol. Go.
All right, here we go. Demoncrats. Democrats. We believe you
Give me
Democrats
your
come
phone.
straight from hell. We believe y'all are the children of the Nephilim and its offspring that has morphed and grown over the years and that like to morph into other genders and animals. Y'all animorphs.
Was it brown or clear?
Who is y'all? Who
Br-
is y'all? I'm just asking.
brown or clear?
I just heard a lot of Trent bashing. Oh, he's king. Well, the United States president, if we want to be technical, he is goddamn king, and he's the ruler of the world. We run the world.
Chad, I think it has the
So
worms. I think it's brown with the worms.
Oh, I got it now. Slow tonight.
No, I'm talking about. Ooh, got the hiccups. I'm talking about bourbon
Oh, well,
or
I'm
vodka.
talking about tequila. Tequila will kill you
Tequila.
with the worm.
Yeah.
no, I would
No
never.
Jack or Dem.
You want to do a shot tag?
I've been crying since y'all lost the election. We tired of hearing. We tired of hearing you Democrats cry. Cry, cry, cry. Oh, terrorists, Tino. Oh, shoo. We just gonna import tags. The tags. Cry, cry, cry. That's all y'all do. Worry about trying to get the next president y'all gonna have in office. Who is gonna be? Booker?
They ain't got an answer for that.
Man, if I can vote, if I
What
can
Y'all
if
gonna
I
what
get
can
that?
channel
afford
Was
to
was the
that
vote for y'all
was it
interview
tomorrow,
David
on?
Grog guy? Who's the Parkland feller?
What is it ABC News the interview?
Yeah, it was on ABC 7. If you want, I can find the link on YouTube chat and then put it here if you
I'm
want.
on what who has an echo?
no, it's the
Can you
Democrat
hear?
LGBT news. That's what it's really called.
What?
Can you hear me, chat?
I hear you. I don't know what so ABC, right?
Yeah, ABC 7. Yeah.
You know I'm in Houston, right? I just need ABC.
Oops,
ABC
oops,
channel
sorry.
13. Oh no, you're good.
Sorry.
Is it 5 hours ago? So I see one ABC, but that one's 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was just a short interview. It's not like a long interview. It's like 15 minutes long or something like that, or maybe 5 minutes without the commercials.
Oh, okay, okay.
So is it just blind Republican, just Republican affiliation?
That's how it is. Attack, 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 attack.
Process of deporting undocumented.
In office. And tonight, our Terry Moran sitting down with the president in the Oval Office. Terry asking the president about his tariffs, the economy, immigration, the war in Ukraine, and how the president answered when Terry asked if the president still has confidence in his defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, after those two group chats using the Signal app discussing military plans involving Yemen, U.S. military jets, and their timing. One of those chats included his wife. The president facing an historically low approval rating at the 100-day mark amid concern in this country over the
If you
president's
can't see it,
tariffs
drop to the
and
audience.
higher
We'll bring you
prices,
back
fears
up.
of inflation. Tonight, our first look at the primetime interview that airs tonight, Terry asking the president about his advice to Americans to
We lost it over here.
that did that. Percentage of students with a earlier today, I sat down with President Trump in the Oval Room. 100.
What is going on? We about to lose content.
Okay, you want to bring your body here?
No, honey.
Oh, okay.
I don't even
Well,
have one.
Economy
that's
and
what's
his
going.
tariffs.
Chat, is it a
Said
video or audio?
said Wi-Fi.
We talked
No,
about
I can't hear anything.
immigration and those deportations. Have so much
Okay, F it. I'm not playing it. It's too much going on. It's too much going on.
Because
Good
it's the
Lord.
clubhouse gods. It's the clubhouse gods. They don't.
Get her up.
It's false.
All right, CH. We're about to shut you guys down for the night. If you guys want to join us, you guys can come on over here to Chatter. But CH, we're about to close it down for the night. Who's the CH is still over there right now?
I'm awake.
Me and Charlie
I'm
still the
always
same.
around.
All right, so yeah, go ahead and Kenny, you can go ahead and shut that down, Ken. CH, once again, you guys want to join us? We're going to continue to stay awake here on Chatter and have the discussion. If you guys are listening to the podcast, also do know that once again, download the podcast, download the Chatter social app, and with that, CH, you guys can go ahead and sign off. Appreciate you.
All right, you guys have a good evening.
Good night.